JRM Video Productions, winners of a regional Emmy Award for live sporting event.
JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of President's Athletic Conference Football, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Welcome to Washington, Pennsylvania, the site of the biggest game to date in the President's Athletic Conference between two undefeated teams, the number 15th ranked Carnegie Mellon Tartans and the home Washington and Jefferson Presidents on KDKA+. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Austin Bechtel joined alongside Alex Terrett. Robert Mangino, third member of our crew, will join us momentarily. Alex, it's only week 4, but this a critical and monumental game to win the President's Athletic Conference. You could say that if you don't win this game, you're not winning the PAC.
And this is a huge matchup for both teams. And when talking to some of the players on the sideline, they basically call this the PAC championship game in week 4. And if both teams want to complete all these goals that they have set out for them this season, they have to be successful today.
Washington and Jefferson, obviously a high focus on the offense, and Jake Pugh along with John Peduzzi, some of the best players on that side of the ball. But on the defensive side for Carnegie Mellon, this is a team that is giving up 2.3 points per game. That's the best of anyone in the country through 3 weeks of play, and it starts with Thomas Corey.
And Thomas Corey, in the center of that defense, on the season he has 22 tackles, 12 solos, 2.5 sacks through the first 3 games. And when talking to Coach Sirianni earlier this week, he praised him in our interview and called him and his brother as relentless to the football. And they're both so talented moving from sideline to sideline. But today they're going to have a really big task trying to follow Pugh and keeping in the pocket. And then also you're going to see the CMU defense getting after him with pressure and just always getting a hand in his face.
Thomas Corey, 5th all-time in tackles at Carnegie Mellon, 22 to lead the team so far this season. But the defensive side for Washington and Jefferson, it's hard to stop Dawson Dietz, who was named PAC Defensive Player of the Week last week.
And Dawson Dietz, he was a semifinalist for the Campbell Trophy, and he's a preseason All-American. I mean, there's not much more else you could say about this kid. He's an anchor of the W&J defense. And against Waynesburg last week, he had 8 tackles, 4.5 for loss, and 1.5 sacks in just 1 game. So look for him to be that main catalyst in stopping this CMU rush attack and really getting after the quarterback.
Mike Sirianni in his 22nd season leading Washington and Jefferson with a higher winning percentage all-time than Dabo Swinney, the coach of the Clemson Tigers, 188 and 44 overall in a Mount Union class of 1994 graduate. He's opposed by the head coach of the Tartans, Ryan Larson, in his 3rd season, 24 and 2 overall. Larson in 2 seasons has never lost to Washington and Jefferson. What are the keys on both sides for Carnegie Mellon to make this a 5-game winning streak against W&J and for the Presidents to break that streak?
And for Carnegie Mellon, it's all about special teams. When you think of this matchup, W&J, CMU, you think of 2 impressive offenses, 2 stout defenses, but there's still a third aspect to this game, and that could be the difference. Blocked punts, blocked field goals, those are things that have turned this matchup around over the last couple of years in favor of the Carnegie Mellon Tartans. And also, when talking about Coach Larson earlier this week, he talked about disciplined football and limiting those penalties before and after the whistle, false starts, illegal procedures, unsportsmanlike conducts. But he talked about there's not a lot of things they can do during the play to limit those penalties. But it's important to playing key football by limiting those errors before and after the whistle. And for W&J, it's all about limiting turnovers. This offense runs up tempo, they throw the ball all over the field, and they get a lot of plays in. However, they also do a lot of aggressive throws. And if they can keep the ball off the ground and in their possession, they're going to be very, very successful today. And then show up in big moments. Sirianni called today as one of the biggest moments of the season, but he doesn't know how his team's going to stack up in those crucial moments. But there's nothing more crucial than this matchup today against the Tartans.
Washington and Jefferson has won 8 straight home games and celebrating homecoming at Cameron Stadium. Can the Presidents reign victorious? Or can Carnegie Mellon win a 5th consecutive game against W&J? Find out on KDKA Plus after this.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-270.
One-handed drive, what a score! Runs his way into the end zone. To the races to the 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone again.
Here at Cameron Stadium, two of the top teams in the PAC will square off. But first, let's send it to Robert Mangino down on the sideline.
Thanks, Austin. I had the chance to talk to both Coach Sirianni and Larson before the game, and here's what they said. In order to come out with a victory, Sirianni needs his team to control the turnover issue, and what's important is special teams. They have to play well. On the flip side of things, the Tartans are saying, listen, it's about turnovers, but it's really the line of scrimmage. One thing that these coaches both agree on, they love the intensity and the physicality of their teams and their opponents.
That should be a good one. Thanks, Mangino. As Carnegie Mellon won the toss and deferred to the second half, Troy Volpatti will return it from the 1-yard line. With not much blocking in front of him, Volpatti is brought down at the 10. And a strong start already for Carnegie Mellon. DJ Johnson on the tackle on special teams. And it brings out the Washington and Jefferson offense, led by Jake Pugh, the Thomas Jefferson High School product, the senior quarterback, 5'11", 195 pounds. Pugh so far this year has completed 62 passes, a 73% completion rate, 14 touchdowns. He has John Patrice as his leading wide receiver. Jacob Macosko, the junior from Peters Township, has really emerged. Anthony Rosati, the fifth-year wide receiver as well. And Kobe DeRosa, Owen Patrice, Troy Volpatti will all rotate in the backfield. As Pugh begins in the pistol formation, he sends Rosati to the far side of the field. And the first play is a handout to Kobe DeRosa. Makes a couple of guys miss, and DeRosa is brought down shy of the 20-yard line. He picks up 8 yards.
And so when talking to Coach Sirianni earlier this week, he talked about how stout this Carnegie Mellon defense is, and it's going to kind of limit a lot of the things they can do offensively. But if I'm Coach Sirianni and I see Kobe DeRosa with that 8-yard run off the bat, I think I feel pretty good about the run game going into here.
Second and short for W&J. Two receivers to the far side, two to the near side as well. DeRosa remains the back. Fake from Pugh and goes to Rosati. He's got it and picks up a first down and a gain of 4 yards. Defensively for Carnegie Mellon, it starts at the linebacker position. Robert Corey, Thomas Corey. Robert is third all-time in CMU history in tackles. Thomas Corey is fifth all-time in tackles. Robert leads the team with 3 sacks. Thomas has 2.5 sacks. Also keep your eye out on Logan Young at the outside linebacker, Mitchell Stokey at defensive end, and Adrian Williams, the star cornerback, as Pugh's pass is incomplete, throwing in the direction of Paduzi, who is covered by Williams and sets up second down.
And this is a staple for the WJ offense, and they like to get Pugh with a lot of run-pass options, try and giving him the opportunity to read the defense. And in that case, he makes a beautiful read, just a little too out front for the pass, but Paduzi definitely had space there.
Second down at the 23-yard line, opening drive for W&J. Moving right to left. All black uniforms, black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, white numbering, and red trim. Pugh drops back. Under pressure, Pugh still on his feet, delivers, and incomplete, almost intercepted. A golden opportunity for Logan Young if he could have squeezed it, but it sets up third and long.
And this play gets so much disruption from the inside, from the interior, sending a lot of the linebackers, and Evan Roper is the first one to get there, making Pugh get off his post in the middle of the pocket, get him moving around, but not his normal scrambling that you see him make a lot of plays in, but getting him off balance and making him make some errors in there with that dangerous throw.
And Stokey was the initial rusher there that almost brought down Pugh. Dangerous play as he has plenty of time. Pugh, we're going to take a shot downfield, looking for Macosko. Macosko dives, but can't bring it in. Defended by Jackson LaJoy, step for step. There is a flag down in the backfield as Pugh took a big shot. We'll see if this could continue the drive. Pugh is starting to walk over to the sideline.
Offense.
And that's why.
Penalties decline. Result of the play is 4th down.
Holding penalty called against Washington and Jefferson. And the Presidents, after picking up a quick first down, have to punt.
But you got to love the aggressiveness by Jake Pugh, letting that ball loose. And Macosko has the ability to make that play, but Pugh taking a big shot, and also with the holding penalty. After getting an easy first down on the first couple plays, just getting stopped by this Carnegie Mellon defense, which has looked like they're starting to wake up a little bit.
Devin Wyatt on to punt for W&J. Dominic Voiland back deep to return. Wyatt gets the punt away. It was almost blocked by Thomas Corey. And Voiland lets it take a couple of hops to the 35-yard line, and that's where Carnegie Mellon will begin. So the Tartans are the 15th ranked team in the country. Shifted back and forth, up and down the rankings a little bit early on in this season. Ben Mills, the starting quarterback, a graduate, 6'2", 225-pound quarterback. Consistency is the model. Ben Mills has only lost 5 career games at Carnegie Mellon.
Offense number 4. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And there was an illegal motion penalty called against W&J, so the Presidents will have to punt again before we do see that Carnegie Mellon offense on the field for the first time.
And I love this decision by Coach Larson to get their punt team right back on the field, because they're very close to getting that block punt, and we talked about earlier how important special teams is here, trying to see if they can steal one.
And Wyatt standing at his own 3, ready to punt it away. Voiland is at the 45-yard line of CMU, trying to make it a difference of 10 yards or so. Wyatt takes a step, gets it away. It's a high-end deep kick. Voiland's able to field it inside the 40-yard line. Voiland trying to change directions, and he gets brought down at about the 42, so it ends up being a change at about 7 yards after the 5-yard penalty, forcing W&J to repunt. So we're talking about Voiland, who is out there on punt return. He will also be out there as a leading wide receiver, as well as Brendan McCullough, but defensively. Dawson Dietz, the PAC Defensive Player of the Week last week. We highlighted him a little bit earlier. 8 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, and 1.5 sacks in a 55-16 win against Waynesburg last week on the road in the PAC Backyard Brawl, which traditionally used to be the final game of the year. This time was held in week 3, and he has been a huge part of this defense, the senior from Hampton High School. 17 tackles on the season to lead the President's defense. Mills hands it off. Goes to Trey Vasiliadis, and Vasiliadis is able to pick up about 4 yards. Vasiliadis from Great Falls, Virginia, another graduate player. As we take a look at the Washington and Jefferson defense, including Dietz, Avery Keith, Sean Berardino, Justin Johns, and Keaton Hall at the linebacker spot, as Ben Mills wants to take a shot. He's pressured by Avery Keith and has to throw it away. Third and 7 upcoming. And Alex, we've seen 3rd and long on both sides early on in the game.
And right now, Ben Mills kind of missed Voiland up the seam. Didn't really have anybody. There was a bit of a miscommunication there in the secondary for the W&J Presidents, and they kind of get away with that one there.
7 in the box for W&J. Voiland goes in motion. 2 men are currently in motion for Carnegie Mellon. Everyone's set and brings up 3rd down and 7. Mills rolls to the near side. Pass is caught. Reese Kolke makes the reception. Close to a first down. He's got it inside President's territory to the 46.
And on this play, there's not really a whole lot of spacing going around, sending all 3 in like a flood concept here. Just going to the flat with some of his playmakers, right? Kolke able to make that reception and push forward for a first down.
Carson Laconey there to help push him out. Laconey and Angelo Volumino. Volumino, a former linebacker, playing at the cornerback position. Will Bauma will take the direct snap in the Wildcat, and Washington and Jefferson is not fooled. Goes for a loss of 1. Sean Berardino read it well right off the snap and has a tackle for a loss, his 2nd of the year.
And I will tell you, Bauma was the main reason why CMU had so much success last year against the Presidents. Had 4 touchdowns in the game last season against the Presidents, but the defensive focus here is to not let Bauma beat you like he did last year. And right now, that's a great way to start out by tackling for a loss on the first play he's in at quarterback.
It's only the 11th carry of the year so far for Bauma. Also saw Dawson Dietz very active at the point of attack on the play to set up 2nd down and 11 with Mills in the shotgun. Ball in the near side hash. Takes the handoff from Vasiliadis. Looks across the middle, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Carson Malconey. Was looking for Will Squibb. And on the deep slant route, good play by Malconey to break it up.
And Mills makes a pretty good throw here, trying to get it. But Carson Malconey makes a great play. As long as you stay between yourself, between the quarterback and the ball, you'll always have success in the secondary. And Malconey does a great job of disrupting them, forcing them to another 3rd and long here for the Tartans.
It's 3rd down and 11. Ball at the 47-yard line. Carnegie Mellon needs the 36 of W&J to convert. 2 receivers line up to the near side, as well as a tight end, one to the far side. Mills with time. Pocket starting to collapse. Mills tries to escape. Mills will run with it. Mills has a blocker, Vasiliadis in front. Dives past the 40. He's not going to be able to pick up the 1st down. Was tackled down by Keaton Hall a couple yards short. It'll be 4th down and 3 for the Tartans. And you're in no man's land, Alex. Would not be surprised to see Carnegie Mellon go for it.
And Mills hasn't had a lot of time to set his feet and make a lot of throws. He sees some receivers that are open, but all the interior pressure that the Presidents are sending, getting Mills to roll out and turn into a runner. But you'll see the CMU offense back on the field for this 4th down play.
Yeah, Mills runs off the field. It'll be Will Bauma to take the direct snap in the shotgun. On 4th down and 3 at the 39. Bauma will run to the far side. Plenty of running room in front of him. Bauma cuts it upfield, still going down inside the 30-yard line. CMU converts and picks up 12.
And that's what Bauma brings you to this offense. And he just has such a great speed, great awareness, great patience that he shows on the read. Able to extend that play, and he was very close to being gone there for a touchdown. But that's that pace, that's that change of pace that you see with the CMU offense switching between quarterbacks there, and Bauma's going to be a key part of this offense today.
And if it's not broke, don't change anything with it. Don't fix it. Bauma remains in there to take the direct snap. This time he'll give it to Vasiliadis. Vasiliadis looking for blockers. Vasiliadis diving his way towards the 20. Officially brought down at the 22. Able to pick up 6 on 1st down.
And this is what you do with a WJ team that loves to send interior pressure. Get a lot of those reads, get a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of fake handoffs to the sweep, get those linebackers moving left to right instead of towards you, and freezing those linebackers and causing them not to rush the inside. Lets Mills have a little more time back there if he needs to throw.
Mills returns when an empty backfield, has a receiver to the far side, 3 tight ends line up in the formation as well. Mills rolling near side. Mills will now tuck and run with it. It's a good block. Mills down inside the 15, took a big shot at the end of it. He's able to pick up another 1st down to the 13.
And right now, Mills is just taking what the defense is giving him. He's sending his receivers on pretty deep routes, not seeing any open receivers, just tucking and run. He's taken a couple shots early in this game, but he's getting those positive yards, he's getting those 1st downs, and inside the red zone, he can be pretty dangerous.
Rock Sherman made the tackle. 1st down, Carnegie Mellon. Will Bauma once again lined up to take the snap. Late substitution for Carnegie Mellon. There's 5 seconds left on the play clock. Tartans might have to use a timeout here. Ryan Larson is signaling to the referee that that is going to indeed be the case.
Carnegie Mellon, first charge timeout of the half.
First timeout used by either side with 8:55 to go, and Carnegie Mellon on this opening drive has really done a nice job of methodically moving the ball down the field.
And you're getting a lot of good plays in. You're switching up your quarterback, and we really like this balanced offense you see from the Tartans. And now with W&J on their heels a little bit inside the red zone, and W&J struggled a little bit in big games inside the red zone with their defense.
There is a lot of history for Washington and Jefferson and Carnegie Mellon in week 3 of the 1923 season. Over 100 years ago, W&J beat CMU. It was 9-7, a 40-yard drop kick field goal. How about the W&J head coach that day? Never heard of him? John Heisman. Week 3 in the PAC, 1923, 101 years ago. And this is the final matchup between these two teams in PAC play. As Carnegie Mellon, the PAC granted Carnegie Mellon out of the PAC for the 2025 season. Carnegie Mellon will join the Centennial Conference beginning in 2025. CMU has played in the PAC since 2014 as an affiliate member, and won the PAC in 21 and 22. First down and 10 at the 13-yard line for Mills. Brendan McCullough in motion towards the near side. Mills looks towards McCullough, and the ball's batted down. Solid play defensively by the Presidents. Justin Johns was involved there. Johns, who was the representative for the Presidents at PAC Media Day, one of the main senior leaders, fifth-year player from Franklin Regional, and he helps to break this play up.
And this is what Justin Johns gives you. As soon as he recognizes the read, he immediately converts to the run, pulls back in the pass, and the size that he gives you at the linebacker spot helps you in those deflected passes.
Second out from Mills. Bauma joins him in the backfield. Mills looks towards Bauma. They go towards McCullough now, and McCullough stumbles, tried to cut at the 14-yard line, but instead falls down there and loses a yard.
And Dietz does a great job, recognizes that screen, and just tries to make himself as big as possible, trying to deflect that pass, and ends up McCullough slipping a little bit, but there really wasn't much play there for the Tartans.
That was a good job by Marcus Harrell as well to get McCullough to change direction and have to cut back towards the far side of the field. So it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for Carnegie Mellon. 3 receivers line up to the near side, 1 on the far side. Matt Ebert goes in motion to the far side of the formation. That runs towards the near side. Vasiliadis is the back. Mills being pressured. Dietz is closing in as well as Harrell. He delivers for McCullough, incomplete. And Brandon Brown was looking for offensive pass interference against McCullough as Brown fell to the turf, and the field goal unit comes on for Carnegie Mellon.
And Brown has a case here. McCullough just, as soon as he sees the ball in the air, gives a little shove. Brown falls down. There's not really much play to be made there, but definitely something that we could have seen a flag for during the exchange.
Justin Caputo is on for a 31-yard field goal attempt. Caputo, the PAC Specialist of the Week, from 31 yards. Will Squibble hold. Good snap, good kick. Good. Caputo's 31-yard field goal, the first points of the game. Carnegie Mellon scores on its opening drive, and with 8:01 to go in the first quarter. Back after this from Cameron Stadium.
At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things, so you have room to dream.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
3-0 Carnegie Mellon. Ben Mills on the drive was only 2 of 6 for 7 yards, one of them being a negative pass play on the reception from McCullough, which went for negative 1 yard on the play after he lost it on first down. But it's really been Bauma, 2 rushes for 10 yards, Alex, and the good field position that set up Carnegie Mellon in good company.
And you can see with the possession time, CMU already with 5:23 of the possession clock, and WJ with only 1 minute and 36. That's something to watch over the course of this game.
Well, Patty will let the ball go to the end zone for a touchback. We'll take it to the 25-yard line. Let's send it to Robert Mangino on the sideline for more.
Thank you very much, guys. You look at these two teams and their abilities to win games. Both of them coming into this game with winning streaks at home. At W&J, their winning streak goes all the way back to October 15th, 2022. What broke that streak, or what started it, was a loss to CMU back on October 15th. There's a lot of rivalry here, and it's continuing right now on this field.
Yeah, it is. And Ryan Larson, 24-2 overall at CMU in his 3rd season. He's never lost to W&J. Remember the game a couple years ago, 12-7 on a big Colton Jones interception. So what ended up starting that streak for W&J, needing to start a new one after the loss against CMU. Kobe DeRosa takes it for a gain of about 3 yards up to the 28. But the tradition at Washington and Jefferson is winning championships, winning PAC titles. And Alex, that's not something that's been seen over the last couple years.
And it all comes from the development of CMU, development of Grove City, that kind of been those roadblocks over the course of these past few seasons.
John Peduzzi goes in motion towards the far side of the field on 2nd down and 7. Pugh will take off with it past the 30. He gets brought down at the 33. So on the option play, Jake Pugh is able to pick up about 4 yards. 3rd and manageable coming up.
And Carnegie Mellon's going to take away a lot of those deep throws that Pugh likes to go to a lot. So unfortunately, he's going to have to tuck the ball a lot and run. He's going to take a lot of shots in this game. But if he really wants to win and push this football, he's got to use his legs a lot more.
DeRosa to the back. Shotgun formation for Jake Pugh. Pugh with time will try to attempt a quick pass. He's able to escape the rush. Pugh delivers downfield. Macosko! Incomplete. And Jacob Macosko was trying to keep 1 foot in bounds while maintaining concentration on the ball. But when he hit the ground, the ball came out and sets up 4th down.
And it's just a beautiful throw by Pugh off platform. Is able to put it in a spot that only Macosko can get there and almost completes that one. But you just see that this Carnegie Mellon defense doesn't give you a whole lot. And even when you're running and scrambling and trying to extend the play, this secondary is very, very tough, and they're very, very strong. They don't let you get you a lot of open holes in the secondary.
This W&J offense that's averaging 57 points per game goes 3 and out. Wyatt on the punt again. Gets it away. Plenty of time. Not that high of a kick, but takes a very favorable Washington and Jefferson roll inside the 20-yard line. And it's down to the 16. Carnegie Mellon on the season, 3-0, undefeated 15th ranked team according to D3Football.com, with wins against Teal, 58-0, a win against Geneva. The only points that have been allowed by Carnegie Mellon on the season came against Geneva, and Bethany, a 66-0 victory as well in those back-to-back home games. This defense has been the best statistically in all of college football, only allowing 2.3 points per game. It's a number that doesn't even seem real. Tartans are ranked tied for 11th as well in the American Football Coaches Association D3 Coaches poll. It's the highest in program history as Mills gives to Vasiliadis, and Vasiliadis is dragged down after just a pickup of maybe a yard, if that. Strong tackle made by the Presidents.
And we talk a lot about Carnegie Mellon's inside linebackers and how quick they are moving from sideline to sideline, but how about Keaton Hall? Just able, and Justin Johns, able to corral the Vasiliadis. And they're going to be a major, major impact today because CMU loves to run the football and they love to push the ball down the field. But if they can get pressure from the linebacker spot, they're going to be in good hands.
2nd and 10 for Mills, and he gives the Vasiliadis. And once again, he's dragged down by Justin Johns.
And I think Justin Johns is just going to be the man to go to today because talking with him at Media Day, and he just wasn't satisfied with last year. And the Carnegie Mellon game, the Grove City game, those big moments of the season, he just didn't feel like they handled it very well. And he just wants to make sure that he's on the better side of the script this year.
3rd down and 9 for Carnegie Mellon. Empty backfield for Mills. Mills, who came into today 9 passing attempts shy of becoming the all-time leader in Carnegie Mellon history. Lines up with 3 receivers to the near side. It'll roll that way. Mills being chased, throws downfield, pass is caught. Reese Kolke on 3rd down, makes the reception, and moves the chains.
It just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of room to run around here on the right side of the field. But Ben Mills just being patient. He's trying to get away from the interior pressure and then just delivers a rocket straight to Kolke, who makes a great grab and takes a shot from Brandon Brown right after that.
And there was a question to see if Kolke was in bounds when he made the reception and got a foot in. Right at the W&J sideline, making his way up to the 31. It's Bauma on the direct run. Bauma tries to break off a tackle, and he's brought down by Ian Novelli. after a pickup of about 4 yards. Keaton Hall once again also in there on the tackle.
And Balma just brings so much versatility to your offense, and he's just an extra running back, and he's very patient. But like I said before, the linebackers are huge today, and Keaton Hall, Ian Novelli, just been great job, Justin Johns, of keeping everything inside and pushing everything back into the interior, get Dawson Dietz involved, to get Avery Keith involved.
And CMU has made a very concerted effort to get Balma involved, coming in today with only 10 rushes on the year. Halfway to that number, and now it's Vasiliadis on the carry. Vasiliadis is dragged down by Johns. Ball comes out. Presidents fall on it. Justin Johns forces the fumble. The Presidents are able to recover a huge turnover inside the 30-yard line. Nathaniel Kadosh Harris is the one who falls on it, and the first turnover of the game is recovered by Washington and Jefferson. Presidents take over with great field position. Back after this on KDKA Plus.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBA Life.
What does it do?
It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends.
What's so great about that?
My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBA Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more.
Oh.
You might be interested in a GBA Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
Washington and Jefferson takes over at the 34-yard line after the forced fumble by Justin Johns. Jake Pugh in the offense, third series of the game. Pugh fakes the handoff, rolls out near side pass, caught. Paduzi inside the 20, Paduzi inside the 15-yard line. And the Presidents are inside the red zone. One play into the drive.
And Paduzi does a great job of just settling in the window. Cernuto goes into the flat, takes the flat defender with him, and then Paduzi just sits right there and is able to extend the play. Now the Presidents are in business inside the red zone.
Ball at the 14. Owen Patrice is the back. Zach Cernuto also in there at tight end, as well as Raymond Holmes. Two tight ends on the near side of the formation, two receivers to the far side. It's Macosko and Paduzi. Ball at the near side hash. Pistol formation for Jake Pugh. Paduzi in motion. Take the handoff to Patrice. Wide open. Paduzi to the 5. Paduzi to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington and Jefferson. The Presidents respond 2 plays after the Justin Johns forced fumble and take the lead.
I want to take another look at this play because to show you how this play was designed to get Paduzi so wide open and basically trot into the end zone. They're going to motion Paduzi across the line of scrimmage, and then you're going to see Macosko basically as a pick play. Takes all the defenders with him, and Paduzi's able to just stroll right into the end zone for the first points of the game.
Logan Young went right over to Macosko. As there were 2 guys on Macosko, no one on Paduzi. The extra point from Wyatt up and good, 7-3. Washington and Jefferson leads. 3:11 remaining in the first quarter. Let's take another look at that fumble, Alex, because that's such a huge critical part of this game. Both coaches said it's going to be special teams and turnovers, and here's the fumble.
And then Justin Johns just scraping across the line of scrimmage, and it's that left arm that comes around the body of the running back and able to punch the ball out. And that's just the special plays that a fifth-year senior brings, and these are the moments that he wanted to come back for, and these are the moments that he's living right now.
And there it is. You see TJ Watt do it so many times in the NFL, where you identify the ball and you just punch at it, knock the football out of there. And that's exactly what Johns did. Really good technique there as well to be able to force it and for the Presidents to hop on the football.
And all they needed was just a kickstart. And Justin Johns brings that kickstart, and you just see that offense come to life. And we talked about the Carnegie Mellon defense and how disciplined they are. And Macosko makes a great pick play, sets up Patrice. And now there's a lot of confidence on the W&J sideline right now.
And W&J very good in the first quarter. It's been that way for the past couple of years. Last year, W&J outscored opponents 129-46 in the first quarter. Best margin of any quarter. This year, it's 49-0 so far coming into this game. Now 56-3. On the return, the ball's out again. The Presidents are able to fall on it. Another fumble by Carnegie Mellon and giving it to W&J at the 18-yard line.
And DJ Johnson just trying to take the ball outside the red zone, and then just a great play made by the W&J special teams, and he just bobbles it, and it lands right in the hands of the Presidents, who are just in the right place at the right time.
And it's Keaton Hall.
And that's just a great play, and just more confidence, and you see this W&J sideline's going crazy.
W&J takes over. Special teams, turnovers, you see it factor in right there. And once again, the Presidents with a golden opportunity. It's Patrice getting knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, loss of 3 yards. Convoy defenders were there for Carnegie Mellon and on the stop.
Patrice just trying to get a little bit of space, but just watch the pursuit to the ball. You see 3 Carnegie Mellon defenders just closing in on Patrice, who takes a shot at all angles on that play.
Adrian Williams was there, Vincent Cece from his defensive end spot. Second down and 12. Patrice is the back. Rosati and Paduzi line up to the near side. Macosko, the wide receiver, to the far side. Cernuto also a tight end on the far side of the formation as Macosko goes in motion. Whistles before the snap as the play clock was rolling down to 1, and Washington and Jefferson calls timeout. 2:19 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Carnegie Mellon has fumbled twice. The last 2 times that Carnegie Mellon has touched the football, the Tartans have fumbled. Other games going on in the PAC in the third quarter. Waynesburg leads St. Vincent 14-7, a 3 o'clock kickoff at a couple other destinations around the conference. Westminster and Teal, as well as Case Western Reserve and Geneva, set to kick off in about 20 minutes. The night game is Allegheny and Grove City this week with Bethany off.
And Grove City is definitely paying attention to this football game, and they don't play till tonight. And I guarantee you a ton of the players, a ton of the coaching staff is watching this game, because this is a battle the teams are trying to dethrone you as the PAC championship winners with the Grove City Wolverines. And right now, W&J is looking pretty good, and they have a lot of momentum on their side, but I think Carnegie Mellon defense starting to wake up a little bit.
Andrew DiDonato and the defending champions of the PAC, Grove City, host Allegheny. Will have Grove City and Washington and Jefferson for you right here on KDKA Plus on October 19th. Another fantastic game. We're keeping an eye out for this one of the ones that we've circled on the calendars in week 4. Pugh, incomplete. Macosko and Paduzi ran the same route. It was a deeper route run by Macosko, both on slants, and it sets up 3rd and long.
So you have Patrice coming across the line of scrimmage as the fake handoff. Pugh recognizes that he has Paduzi open for a slight second. Well, that's just great coverage there by Logan Young, who's been just a force on the defensive end all year, and he's one of those guys that's the X factors for this defense.
3rd down and 12 for the Presidents. Shotgun for Pugh with Patrice remaining in the back. Pugh under pressure. Carnegie Mellon brings 6. Delivers for Paduzi, incomplete. No flags come in. Paduzi looking for a flag. Coverage there from Jackson LaJoy, the senior corner from Garland, Texas. Brings up 4th down.
And LaJoy's with Paduzi step by step. Just see their feet get tangled up a little bit towards the end. Paduzi's looking for a flag, but Pugh just trying to put the ball in the area, trying to see if they can get a call.
And I think Paduzi was looking for maybe a little bit of a push in the back from LaJoy. Did not get the call. And it sets up a 39-yard field goal attempt for Devin Wyatt. High snap. Wyatt's kick is up, and Wyatt's kick is good right down the middle. Devin Wyatt KDKA on the field goal attempt to make it a 7-point game, 10-3. Washington and Jefferson extends the lead. So how has W&J gotten here so far? Well, a couple dominant performances against St. Vincent and Teal beginning the season at home. Alex, you were at that one, 59-6. The win against the Bearcats, followed by the win against Teal and the PAC Backyard Brawl, 55-16 against Waynesburg. Both teams coming into today undefeated. Mike Sirianni, 188-44 overall, the winningest head coach in program history. 7-time PAC Coach of the Year, 2-time D3Football.com South Region Coach of the Year, 2004 and 2012.
And something that you can see from these records and all the points that are being put up. And Jake Pugh has 2 games this season with 6 touchdowns that he counted for. And that's between rushing and passing. And against the game in St. Vincent, he had a 290 QBR, which is just outstanding.
Incredible.
And that's just something that this offense consistently puts out on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. And you're kind of seeing this offense pick up a little bit. And if you're the W&J presidents, they were a little scared there on that long field goal. And Carnegie Mellon's notorious for blocking kicks. And especially with the high snap, that could have been something dangerous.
We're in the 4th game of the year, and Jake Pugh has already surpassed 1,000 yards passing on the season. As this time, Johnson will let it go to the end zone for a touchback and take it out to the 25-yard line. So for Carnegie Mellon now, you were able to lessen the damage after the fumble, which set up Washington and Jefferson to just kick a 39-yard field goal attempt. So still, 1-score game. If you're Ryan Larson and company, though, I'll take a breath.
And the offense hasn't been on the field for a while, and especially with the long possession they had to start this game and the success they had moving the ball up the field, those 2 turnovers just take the ball out of your offense's hands. And now you don't have to play catch up. You're down 1 score. It's all about just limiting and just stopping all the turnovers altogether and just trying to see if you can get a splash play here.
Shotgun for Ben Mills with Vasiliadis to back. Vasiliadis gets it on the carry, tries to cut back across the middle. He's brought down to the 27-yard line. It's only a short pickup of 2.
Vasiliadis doesn't have a lot of running room so far in this first quarter. And we just know the damage he can do in the ground game. But just the pursuit from the W&J defense. And once again, it's Justin Johns. And he's going to be just the primary player to go to on this defense, and something that this W&J team has a lot of trust in him to make the calls on the defensive end. He's the captain on the defensive end. And he just brings that leadership and that explosiveness every play.
2nd down and 8. Vasiliadis once again on the carry, and there's Justin Johns colliding in with a couple other defenders to make the stop at the 30-yard line after a pickup of about 3 yards. Vasiliadis now with 7 carries for 17 yards on the game.
And you're probably wondering, how is Justin Johns getting the football every single time? And that all starts from the person we highlighted at the beginning of the game, and that was Dawson Dietz. And he controls a lot of those double teams, and he commands a lot of attention and frees up these linebackers to make these plays.
A minute remaining in the first quarter. 3rd down and 5 for Mills. Rolls out to the near side. Mills with time. Pocket collapse in on him, and the pass is caught. Now ruled incomplete and out of bounds. Matt Evert was trying to make his first reception of the season.
And this is, it's like the same play every single time on 3rd and long. Just have Ben Mills roll out. You have a lot of receivers in the area on the right side of the field. And so far, he's been able to complete this pass, and that's very close. And just not getting both feet down in time and kind of juggling the catch a little bit. But CMU now, very quick possession, going back to a WJ offense that's scored on the last 2 possessions after the turnovers. Right now, you're kind of just digging the hole, trying to get out of it.
First punt attempt by the Tartans as Rosati will let it bounce and pick it up by the 30. Anthony Rosati is pushed out of bounds at the 34. Talking about how solid Carnegie Mellon is on the defensive side, but I know Washington and Jefferson defensively, they really have been a team that is highlighted by offense and what Mike Sirianni likes to do on the offensive side of the ball. But tell you what, Mangino, this defense has been really good, but overall, pretty solid game between 2 top teams in the PAC.
Absolutely. When you look at the number of points that W&J has been able to score so far, it sounds ridiculous at 10 points. They've already more than quadrupled the total number of points that CMU has given. That last possession, CMU's defense really standing up, giving up -3 yards after that turnover. CMU needs a big performance this drive, too.
Pistol formation for Pugh. Cernuto, the tight end, with Raymond Holmes on the near side of the formation. Fake the handoff. Pugh will going to take a shot downfield. Dangerous pass, but Macosko is able to make the reception. Forced out of bounds by Logan Young. A couple yards short of a first down at the 40.
Pugh decides to pull the ball, tries to make a play, and this is what you get with Pugh. You get the stats, you get the pass yards. He's over at almost 1,000 so far through the first couple games of the season, but man, some of those throws are risky, and that's a risky ball, but he's just lucky that he has a big target like Macosko to make that play.
And he's the type of quarterback that has a strong enough arm to fit it into a small window. And it takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-3 in Washington, Pennsylvania. The Presidents lead the Tartans on KDKA+.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
At Loewe, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
When severe weather threatens, we're always watching the sky. The First Alert Weather Team is working every day to keep your family safe.
We're on the lookout for those dangerous storms right where you live, keeping an eye on radar to track where the rain, hail, and lightning are hitting. We could see severe thunderstorm warnings.
Warning your neighborhood if we see a potential threat. So we're looking at excessive rainfall expected through this evening.
So we can keep you safe. We're always watching for the next big storm so your family is prepared.
It's the 73rd time that Carnegie Mellon has played against Washington and Jefferson. It's the most that Carnegie Mellon has played against any other team. The Tartans lead the all-time series 36-31-5, winning last year 35-14. Good carry of a couple of yards for the Presidents, and Owen Patrice makes his way near the 43, which is what he needs for a first down, but it's about the nose of the football shy, and now the referees are signaling that it is a first down.
And that's something I want to see them keep going to. And I know Pugh's reading the defense a lot, and he likes the matchups he has on the outside, but sometimes just giving the ball to the runners that you have, Full Patty, Patrice, DeRosa, who can definitely open up the middle of the field and allow Pugh to have a little more time back there when he's dropping it back to pass.
Patrice goes in motion. Pugh fakes the pass, and it's a direct quarterback run. Now he'll throw it with lots of running room for Owen Patrice out of bounds at the 45 and a first down. And it looks like a backwards pass there from Pugh. It was close to the line of scrimmage. That's what it needed to be able to deliver the offering.
And we talk about how smart Pugh is and the way he's ability to dissect an offense, but how about the awareness? And just knowing what he has behind him. He knows Patrice is right behind him, and Patrice does a good job of not collapsing towards Pugh and keeping his distance, and Pugh just flips the ball out, and now they get another first down.
Well-designed play from Mike Sirianni. Three receivers now on the far side of the formation, one on the near side. Patrice gets the back. Fake it that way, looking deep for Macosko. Macosko incomplete. Good coverage from Adrian Williams. He made a play on the ball, trying to intercept it, but it was overthrown everyone.
Once again, great pressure by the CMU defense, and that came from Logan Young, who comes screaming off the edge and almost unblocked to make Pugh get rid of the football early.
Second down and 10 at the 43-yard line of Carnegie Mellon. And we've seen the President's rushing attack have some success today. The Tartans held Bethany to a school record negative 18 yards rushing last week. Negative 18 yards rushing.
Austin, I've never heard of that ever. Negative yards for one thing over the course of the
Well,
entire.
you've never heard of it because it's a school record.
Well, I
for
think
Carnegie
across
Mellon,
football in
and
general.
The previous record for the Tartans was negative 16 as Washington and Jefferson calls timeout before the second down play. Negative 16 against Westminster last season. So you want to talk about how dominant this defense has been over the last couple of years? They set the new record last year at negative 16. They broke it this year at negative 18. The previous school record was negative 14 against Hiram in 2005 before it was broken last year. And we keep talking about the history in this matchup and the final time they will meet as PAC opponents in the regular season. How about the 1984 W&J CMU homecoming game? The 40th anniversary. Washington and Jefferson and CMU, both undefeated just like this year. Coach Lockhart, all PAC defensive back. Steve Golikowski, they shut down on the top offenses in CMU. It was 36-8, the win for Washington and Jefferson. Here on homecoming today for the Presidents as we remember some of the greatest memories in Presidents history. Ball at the 43 for Pugh. Two receivers line up either side. Patrice is the back. 7 coming the pattern for Carnegie Mellon defensively on the blitz. And Pugh recognized it, delivered to Rosati, and he picks up 11.
And he likes the matchup with Rosati, who does a great job of running those underneath routes. And once he has space, he's such a shifty player, so hard to bring down. And Seaman on the outside making a block almost frees up Rosati for an even bigger play.
That was a big blitz from Carnegie Mellon. About 6, maybe 7 came in the pattern, or at least were around the line of scrimmage. Similar formation now. Pugh fakes the pass and goes to Paducci. Paducci has a blocker in front of him. Paducci breaks one tackle. Paducci 15-yard line, spins his way to the 10. Good fake from Jake Pugh to Owen Patrice. It faked out the defense, and Paducci able to gain about 20 yards.
And that's a great play design, but watch Elijah Staub with this block on the outside, freeing up Paducci. And that's some of the things you don't see on a screenplay. And those are things that opens up the screen game, is those great blocks that you make on the outside with the offensive linemen who have to go an all-out sprint and try and break down enough to make a good block on some of these defenders.
Ball at the 11, Cernudo goes in motion. Pugh gives to Patrice. Patrice up the middle. Patrice breaks a tackle and is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington and Jefferson. Owen Patrice from 11 yards away.
And Patrice just pinballing off all the defenders. And then he just finds himself being pushed directly in the end zone at the end. He's able to just keep his shoulders square, go downhill, and then just gets a lucky bounce off to the right. And Patrice, who's been a quieter piece of this offense so far this season, makes a great play and extends the lead to 14 here.
And a smile on his face as Devin Wyatt's extra point is up and good. What a statement so far from Washington and Jefferson. A 17-3 lead under 13 remaining in the first half.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things so you have room to dream.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
J.
Good crowd on hand here at Cameron Stadium in Washington. The Presidents lead 17-3. Kick is away. With DJ Johnson returning it from the 5-yard line. He's fumbled once already today. Johnson holding on to the football will go down at the 30. Washington and Jefferson with 119 yards of offense through the first 12, with 12:29 remaining here in the second quarter of play. And Alex, Carnegie Mellon in the first 3 games of the season only gave up an average of 108 yards per game. W&J's already exceeded that, and we're not even close to halftime.
And it's just a classic matchup of such a dominating defense that goes up against one of the highest scoring offenses in the entire Division III level. And someone's got to give. And unfortunately right now it's the Carnegie Mellon defense.
Mills lines up in the shotgun and brings Bauma into the backfield with him. Mills, quick pass, it's caught. McCullough on the screen. McCullough with not much blocking there is able to pick up 3 yards, maybe 4. Up towards the 34-yard line. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangino alongside from Washington. Where the Presidents are out in front. A 14-point lead. Second down and 6. Shotgun once again for Mills, has time. Mills delivers, caught. McCullough again, makes a man miss. McCullough makes another guy miss and spins his way towards the 39, about a yard short of a first down.
And Coach Larson really wants to go up tempo here. He wants to get his offense in some sort of rhythm. And right now, they're able to push the ball, but now down 17-3, they kind of have to go a little bit quicker than they anticipate. They're just trying to just get some more momentum, try and get the turnovers out of their heads. And right now going with the fullback here, trying to see if they can push forward for the first.
I formation with Trey Vasiliadis the back. 3rd down and 1 for Carnegie Mellon. Mills under center. He gives to Vasiliadis. Vasiliadis off the far side of the field. Vasiliadis fighting, stretches the ball out. Gonna be close to see if he got it. The near side referee says no. The far side also looking to mark Vasiliadis a little bit short. And the sticks say 4th down and 1.
How about Vasiliadis just not giving up on the play? And right now takes a huge shot from Carson Laconey, but still able to just reach his hand across and make it really close. And now they're switching with Ben Mills, who's serving as the punter today. Only has 2 punts for a career 36 yards right now is his long. I'm interested to see there's a possibility for a fake here on 4th and short.
And how about Sean Berardino blowing out that play too? So a lot of the defensive players remain out there for W&J looking for a potential fake. Dawson Dietz tried to blow through the line to potentially block it. Mills with a good kick. Bounces inside the 20-yard line. It's rolling towards the goal line. Can CMU keep it out of the end zone? Yes, down at the 2.
And so, Austin, we talked about how much success the W&J offense has had, and an interesting little stat to see right now is that the offense for W&J is 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. And you're just seeing that they're not really putting themselves in the position behind the sticks, and obviously with the turnovers, able to get them great field position, but they're really capitalizing on early downs with the 1st and 2nd down plays that they don't care what down it is in the drive. They just continuously take shots toward the end zone, and they're just doing a great job of switching up the pace here.
And if you're Carnegie Mellon defensively here, Alex, you're only giving up 2.5 points per game, whatever. That doesn't matter at this point, because especially the level of competition that you're facing in Washington and Jefferson, we all knew that this was going to be a tough game. And now you have a golden opportunity with W&J backed up to the 2, try to flip the field, get a stop, and get the ball back to your offense in W&J territory. As Pugh hands it off. Goes for maybe a yard, if that. I think back to the line of scrimmage for Kobe DeRosa before Robert Curry. Robert Corey, the graduate 5'11" linebacker, also a captain. Him and his brother Thomas came back for a 5th year at Carnegie Mellon. He's in there on the tackle.
And the Corey brothers, just that solid foundation piece of this CMU defense that hasn't really given up a lot of rush yards.
Pistol formation for Pugh. Takes the handoff. It's a quick pass to Paducci. Paducci with Macosko blocking for him is able to make his way up to the 7-yard line, and a little bit more breathing room for W&J. Talking about Robert Corey. Corey, a William V. Campbell Trophy semifinalist 203 national semifinalists, recognizing the combined academic success, football performance, and exemplary leadership in football for your team and across the country. Dawson Dietz also nominated for Washington and Jefferson. 3rd and about 7 for the Presidents. Pugh flushed, and it's ruled incomplete as Pugh's hand was moving forward. Ball just kind of slipped out of Pugh's hands. And the Presidents are forced to punt and go 3 and out.
And that's the way to get your defense back on track is you get a great punt from Mills, backs the Presidents up inside their 2, and then you get a 3 and out. And now your offense is going to get the ball in plus territory. And right now, this is your time. You had some turnovers, got you behind the 8 ball a little bit, but now this is your chance to get back in this game with a good return here.
It's exactly what we talked about at the beginning of this drive for W&J. We're only able to get a few yards out of it. So Devin Wyant has to punt from the end zone. Whistles first, though. And a discussion, the 2 referees near the 50-yard line. Dominic Voiland standing at the 41-yard line of the Presidents to return it.
And WJ is gonna kind of do a safe punt here. They're bringing everyone in tight.
The
no
previous
one's
play was
spread
an
outside.
incomplete pass. The clock continued to run. Please reset the game clock to 8:55, and it will start on the snap. Thank you.
So the referees are sorting out a clock issue, put 8:55 on the clock as it continued to run. What was ruled an incomplete pass. Ball slipping out of the hands of Jake Pugh. Wyant to punt. High snap. Wyant, did he step out of the end zone? Yes, he did. It's a safety.
Ruling on the field is a safety as the punter caught the ball and his foot hit on the end line.
Devin Wyant's back foot stepped on the line for a safety as he was trying to corral the high snap. Jake Melly, the sophomore, or rather Al Magnelli, the junior long snapper with a high snap, and right there, definitely stepping out of the end zone, resulting in a safety and a big break for Carnegie Mellon.
And either way, if Wyant doesn't catch that football, it goes out the back of the end zone. Either way, it's a safety, and now CMU gets the ball back, also getting the 2 points, and that's just another costly error. And that's some of these errors that get magnified in this tight matchup, which there's not a lot of offense being created on both sides. Defenses are playing well, but special teams, and that's something that we keep coming back to.
Yeah, what a weird sequence of special teams so far today between 2 very disciplined teams. Carnegie Mellon has fumbled twice on special teams, and Washington and Jefferson gives up a safety.
And right now the score is looking a little interesting right now.
Some scoregami, 17-5.
I don't think many people got 5 and 7 on their squares today for this game.
So a free kick will be delivered at the 20. And Wyant, a high kick. That's returned by Bauma inside the 30. Bauma, plenty of running room. Bauma up towards midfield. And there you go. For Carnegie Mellon, the punt, which could have been returned depending on where it was going to be, maybe roughly, let's say the 40, 50-yard line for Voiland, whether he returns it, makes a fair catch. You're right around the same spot, but you add on 2 points.
And those 2 points are going to be critical. And now W&J's probably going to have to do some catch-up here with they might have to go for 2-point conversions if they score again. Just trying to keep that 14-point cushion. So that kind of changes something that's going to linger in both teams' mind right now going into later in the second quarter.
Bauma in the Wildcat formation to take the direct snap. Bauma runs past left tackle, tries to bounce it, and he falls down for a loss of 1. Broken up by Keaton Hall and Dawson Dietz.
They're trying to get Bauma some more carries. They think he's going to be the difference maker. Right now, you're not seeing a ton of success with Mills. Hasn't been able to complete very deep passes so far, and he's not able to find his receivers because of the pressure that's being sent. But also, Bauma's not really getting much either, especially with just all comes from the interior of the defense. And there's so many playmakers on that team for W&J that it's very hard to get a rhythm if you're CMU offensively.
Mills in the shotgun. Mills has time pocket, starting to collapse. Mills will elect to run with it. Past the 45, open running room, 40-35. He's dragged down by Avery Keith. Good for a first down and a pickup of 15.
I thought Bauma was the Wildcat quarterback, but with Ben Mills being able to take off, he's got a little bit of speed to him. He just sees the pocket open up a little bit, pretends to throw down the field, a little pump fake. He's got some wheels behind him, and I think he's kind of opening this offense up a little bit.
Mills taking a shot, double coverage downfield, man open, incomplete. Trying to connect with Will Squibb in double coverage. Two different defenders were there. There's a flag thrown in the backfield as Mills was trying to escape. Might be getting a holding penalty called against Carnegie Mellon as Dawson Dietz was trying to collapse in.
Holding. Offense number 73, takedown. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
It's a takedown block against Garrett Doherty. The penalty on the right guard.
Right now you're playing behind the sticks, and you have a lot of room you got to make up for now with first down. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Looks like they're going to go to the running game here. Ben Mills under center.
First down and long. Sends McCullough in motion towards the far side. Vasiliadis is the back. Take to Vasiliadis. Mills rolls to the far side, pressured by Keefe. Delivers, intercepted, Keaton Hall! Oh, Mills threw it right to Keaton Hall, and it's the third takeaway by the Presidents.
And we've seen this play a lot today.
Ruling on the field is an interception.
With Ben Mills
first down, W&J.
rolling out to his right. But right now just trying to fit it into the tightest of windows with the three receivers he had running around the field. And right now you don't see a lot of white jerseys around where Ben Mills is looking at, and Keaton Hall able to corral that, and another forced turnover by such a disciplined offense. And Coach Larson preached all week that if they're going to win this football game, they have to play disciplined football. And you're just not really seeing a lot of attention to detail right now, and just kind of forcing a little too many throws here by Mills and not getting anything in the run game. You're kind of put in situations you're not really comfortable with.
And Alex, I think about two things there. Mills was rolling out to the far side, threw across his body, which is typically a cardinal sin for quarterbacks. And Ryan Larson told us this week, discipline before and after the whistle is so critical. They've been fine before the whistle. They've been fine after the whistle. It's everything that's been in between that has really been dooming for CMU as the pass is caught by Cernudo. And a pickup of 7 yards as Pugh looked really confident in the pocket there, as he's looked all season long. The senior quarterback from Thomas Jefferson High School, and felt the rush, but able to deliver the football out quickly.
And Coach Sirianni talked about how his quarterback's going to play in these tight games. And right now you're just seeing the poise. You're seeing how much leadership he brings to this team, and right now he's doing a great job of controlling these big moments.
Pugh hands off DeRosa. DeRosa brought down. Tackle made by Robert Corey. The Coreys from Phillipsburg, New Jersey, both graduates, and let's talk about how they're fifth-year players. This is the final year of the COVID season eligibility for players like Ben Mills, Trey Vasiliadis, all coming back as grad players. Same applies to both the Corey brothers, Adrian Williams, Logan Young. And really what happened for Carnegie Mellon is once one or two players started to come back, everybody came back and wanted to be a part of this special season, ranked 15th in the country, but trailing by 12. Third down and 3 for Pugh. Pugh under pressure, delivers, and double coverage. Macosko makes the catch. Ruled a completion to the surprise of the defensive backs for Carnegie Mellon. They can't believe it. Jackson LaJoy thought it was an incomplete pass. We'll take a look.
And Pugh recognizes Macosko has a little follow route here and just threads the needle.
And it was incomplete. That ball hit the ground, but the referees did not see it. See if we can take another look at it, though, but it looked like Macosko trapped the football. And it's on the turf right there.
Oh my.
But W&J looking to take advantage downfield. Paduzi, it's intercepted. Carnegie Mellon takes it back one play later. Nolan Pitzenberger on the interception.
And that's a classic ball don't lie type of play right there. And clearly you can see with the replay, Macosko trapped the ball. There's no way he caught that football, and the refs kind of wave it on anyway. And Pugh tries to get a double move with Paduzi. And just a great play now to flip the field totally. And that's a turnover on the W&J side, which we haven't really seen much today. And now you're still leaving the Tartans. They're lingering around. They're kind of staying around this game. And now this is their time to strike.
It's funny how this game works sometimes. Would have set up fourth down, a punting situation for W&J. And now the ball inside the 15-yard line. You'd think that's maybe where the punt would have gone. It sets up the Tartans now in the rushing attack from Vasiliadis, making his way towards the 20-yard line. Cool story around Trey Vasiliadis. He interned with United in Chicago over the last year. He graduated last year in the fall, so he spent the whole spring semester. He's getting his master's degree, but is somebody who already has an offer in the business, and this is something that's so constant with Carnegie Mellon and the pursuit of high academics, one of the best academic institutions in the country. And some of these players balancing the work and football relationship. Ryan Larson said it's not an excuse. And have to be able to perform in both categories.
And I've seen this a lot through my time playing in college at W&J, and a lot of these fifth years, there's not really a lot of classes you can take if you're not going for a master's degree and just trying to take one or two classes to play football. Then you got to find a job, right? That's how the real world works. And so some of the players would come after their 9 to 5 and their internships and walk in and go to practice. And it's just a hard, balanced life, but it's something that a lot of these players are committed to play this game.
3rd down and a long 1 for Carnegie Mellon with an empty backfield for Mills. Mills will run with it. He has the first down. Ben Mills still going past the 30-35 and is finally spun down by Marcus Harrell Jr. at the 37-yard line. Good run from Ben Mills and a good play call from Carnegie Mellon.
And I think this has been the most surprising aspect of this game so far is the design quarterback runs for Ben Mills. And they're seeing a lot of success, not a whole lot with Balma in the Wildcat, but if Ben Mills can take off and run and still have that throwing component to him, that's something that can be dangerous for this team.
Similar type of formation. See if Carnegie Mellon elects to pass off of it. And seen a couple of times Mills will escape to the far side. He now tries to dive towards the line of scrimmage at the 37, but loses a yard back to the 36.
And it just seems that whenever one team starts to get a little momentum, the other team kind of creeps back in, makes a great play on defense, creates a turnover. You see a lot of back and forth. And this game's going to be a long, hard-fought battle. And these teams, it's kind of just who gets the last laugh and who can get that final turnover to really flip the game script. And right now, you kind of can't really get a handle of who has the momentum.
And there was Dawson Dietz once again, the captain. 1.5 sacks on the season, 7.5 tackles for loss from Hampton, and on another tackle for loss. They said McCullough in motion and will pitch it to him. And brought down by Dietz. Now continue to add on to the stat sheet for Dawson Dietz. Another tackle for loss, back to the 31.
And it's all about the get off the line. Getting out of his stance, you just see him fly to the football. And he's so strong, he can just stretch out an arm and bring down any ball carrier that he encounters. And he's just been lights out, and McCullough had no choice but to go down there.
We're starting to see the rain pick up a little bit here in Washington. It was a very light sprinkle in pregame. And now starting to fall a little bit harder, pretty mild rain. 3rd down and 16 at the 31 and an empty backfield for Ben Mills. Washington and Jefferson brings pressure and collapses in on Ben Mills. Harrell was there. Aiden Thomas was there on the sack. Enforces 4th down.
And just every single defensive lineman is in the backfield for the Tartans. And this is the type of pressure that you constantly need to go to and constantly need to bring out throughout this entire game.
4th and 26 for Carnegie Mellon.
That is a 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout on the field, 17-5. Presidents will get the ball and operate under the 2-minute drill when we return to Washington.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
Hey, Ma, where's the dock?
It's in the garage.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Today is the day. Let's take a quick look at the weather and traffic. It's a chilly 22 degrees out there, so bundle up. We'll be hanging out all day, so don't forget to stop by and see us, grab some hot chocolate, and support a great cause.
2 minutes left in the first half of play. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangiano alongside here on KDKA Plus. Presidents out in front by 12. Ben Mills, 6 of 11 so far in the first half for 25 yards. Has been sacked once. You saw it brings up 4th down and 26. He has rushed for 19 yards on 4 attempts. Also factor in the sack as the punt is away from Mills. Takes a good Carnegie Mellon bounce to the 40-yard line of the Presidents. 153 still to operate for W&J. One timeout as well for Mike Sirianni.
And now it's kind of, how do you want to play it? Do you want to play aggressive? Do you want to try and get points? Or do you just try to just use the clock, trying to make sure CMU doesn't touch the ball again before this end of the first half? But how about the W&J defense giving up they've only given up 3 points to this Carnegie Mellon offense because of the safety from the special teams. And that's something that's a huge takeaway from this first half. And also the CMU defense, who's given up more yards than they've given up per game so far in this first half.
Carnegie Mellon has won 10 games in a row, and we talked about the turnover battle, and that's something that Ryan Larson significantly highlighted, Mike Sirianni as well. As Pugh sets up on 1st down, hands it off. Look at carry by Patrice for about 7 yards. Carnegie Mellon is 88-13 when winning the turnover battle since the start of 2006. Won 23 games in a row when they win the turnover battle. Now they're trailing at 3-1 here today, and that is significant reason why I think Washington and Jefferson has a double-digit lead. And, I mean, credit the Presidents for being able to take advantage of the turnovers. And Patrice taking advantage of a big run past the 40-yard line down at about the 39 into Carnegie Mellon territory.
Great run by Patrice. And you're seeing this offensive line for Washington Jefferson's getting all that push. And both coaches talked about controlling the line of scrimmage. And right now you're seeing a lot of upperclassmen for the Presidents that on the offensive line that are making these pushes.
Pugh rolls out to the near side, takes a shot downfield for Macosko. Macosko finds the football inside the 15-yard line and out of bounds. The concentration from Jacob Macosko to find the football, turns around, keeps his feet in bounds, and moves the chains.
And just another play, little streak, little go ball by Macosko. And Pugh just knows these players, knows Macosko, knows Peduzzi so well, and knows that they love to turn their body to the football and make a great back shoulder play by Pugh. And Macosko is just one of those bigger body receivers that you see, if you put in the general area, they're going to come down with it. And we've seen that a lot over the course of this season, last season, and now full display on today.
Carnegie Mellon calls timeout with 1:08 left in the half. Ball's at the 11-yard line, so W&J can still obtain a 1st down. They get to the 1-yard line and can't punch it in yet. But, Alex, if you're the Presidents, you could not have asked for a better game today. I mean, Devin Wyatt stepping out of bounds is the only glaring thing that you can point to. But CMU scoring a field goal on the opening possession. Since then, the defense of the Presidents have shut down the Tartans.
And that's, like, we talked about how good the CMU defense is and how good the W&J offense is, but you don't give enough credit to the W&J defense, who for the past few seasons has been the best part of this team. And now with all the stats that the offense puts up, the defense kind of goes and slips in the backlight a little bit, and now you're seeing it on full display.
And the offense tries to take advantage. Pugh, pass is caught, and it's out of bounds on the reception, down to about the 7-yard line on the quick pass. That's caught by Raymond Holmes.
And Ray Holmes is someone that you don't really talk about a lot in this offense. And we talk about Cernuto, gets a lot of those catches out of the backfield, the Wildcat quarterback, but Ray Holmes is, and Coach Sirianni has talked about, is one of their best blockers. And he's basically another offensive lineman, the way he gets the push. And also he's athletic because he used to be one of the leading rushers for this team a couple seasons ago.
2nd down. Pugh looking towards the end zone. Has a man open but overthrows Zach Cernuto. And Cernuto, if that ball is right on his chest, could have walked in.
And once again, this is the pick play. And that we saw on the Peduzzi touchdown. And Macosko does a great job of sealing of Cernuto's defender. And then you create that space. And that's just a tough throw by Pugh to go across the entire field after going across his body. But the play design was great by Coach Sirianni.
And Logan Young, one of the best defensive players for Carnegie Mellon from Moon High School. An interception this year, a forced fumble, a couple tackles for loss, has been in coverage a lot. He's out there guarding Jacob Macosko and now switches off to Peduzzi on 3rd down. Macosko goes in motion. Pugh fakes the handoff, looks towards Macosko. Macosko makes the catch. Macosko dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Presidents! Jacob Macosko for 6.
And this is what I've loved about the W&J offense is putting Macosko and Patrice on the same side. And they're both guys that command a lot of double teams. But then you get one of them on one-on-one coverage, and Macosko just does a great effort play by stretching across the goal line and basically flailing his body to try and get that 6 points.
And that was Logan Young, who was out there not able to make the tackle. Short of a first down marker, short of the goal line. Devin Wyant's extra point up and good, 24-5. An unorthodox score, but nonetheless, the story is Washington and Jefferson dominating the 15th ranked team in the country.
And this is just what W&J football is about. And unfortunately, the last couple of years, you've seen them slip up in these big games, especially against Grove City, especially against Carnegie Mellon. But right now, this is the team that you see week in and week out. And it doesn't look like they're skipping a beat from those first 3 games of the season.
Putting on a show for the homecoming crowd. Welcome back to W&J. This is what you've seen so frequently from the Presidents. Putting out great performances at home. Last time that W&J beat CMU was September 15 of 2018. The pre-pandemic days, 36-14. Washington and Jefferson won it. They've lost 4 games in a row to CMU. How about the first meeting? We talked about it a little bit earlier. 1906, W&J 39, beating Carnegie Tech 39-0. Kickoff away, and will be returned by Johnson at about the 1-yard line. Johnson with some open running room. Johnson past the 30. Johnson breaks off a tackle, still going 40, 45, and out of bounds at the 45, pushed out at the Carnegie Mellon sideline.
And Johnson with the fumble earlier on in the game. That's a great return, and that's great blocking by the Carnegie Mellon return team. DJ Johnson almost able to break free completely. But now you have 18 seconds left. You have enough time to get into field goal territory, take a shot towards the end zone if you need to. But you have a little bit of momentum here, trying to get some points on the board before the end of this half.
1 timeout left for Carnegie Mellon as well. W&J has scored 24 unanswered points. Mills in the shotgun. He gives to Vasiliotis. Vasiliotis with room far side and is out of bounds near the 50. Makes his way into W&J territory to the 49 and a gain of 6 yards. Out of bounds with 13 seconds left.
And the W&J defense doesn't want to give up anything over their head. They're going to play a little bit of prevent. They're going to kind of back up a little bit, kind of give them those underneath routes. Mills is going to have to complete some small passes, but it's important for these receivers to get out of bounds. You have 1 timeout, 13 seconds left. You can run a maximum of 3 plays here, maybe 2.
See what the offensive coordinator, Andy Helms, dials up on 2nd down. Once again, giving to Vasiliotis. The Piles moves forward, close to a first down. He's going to be short to the 46 and needing the 45. A timeout called by CMU. 7 seconds remaining. And to have a manageable field goal attempt here, Alex, you probably have to get 15 yards.
At least. And a lot of people think of NFL kickers, how they can kick the 60-plus yarders and even have a chance at a 60-plus yard. But at this level of football, you kind of 40-yard is like the max. And 40 yards, you also have to think about the potential for a block on those longer field goals because the kickers have to take a sharper angle towards the goalpost, try and use all the leg power that they have, and sometimes if you just get a hand up because it's coming so low, those block kicks can really turn this game around even more in favor of W&J.
Now, we have seen 2 30-plus yard field goals that were made. Justin Caputo, the first points of the game with 8:01 left in the first quarter, made a 31-yarder for Carnegie Mellon. It's been all Presidents since on the Jake Pugh pass to John Peduzzi from 14 yards away. Then it was the Devin Wyant 39-yard field goal. Devin Wyant with 2:06 left in the first quarter made it 10-3. Then Patrice, an 11-yard rushing touchdown. The safety that was called. So rather I'm sorry, not 24 unanswered points, 24-2 the differential. Add on the safety in there. But regardless, it's still the same story of W&J really being able to handle CMU, which I think comes as a surprise to a lot of people. They're down and 1, 8.2 officially left on the clock. Mills will maybe take a shot towards the end zone. He doesn't have a chance as Avery Keith brings him down in the backfield. And it ends the half. Avery Keith brings down Ben Mills, who is slow to get back to his feet. And a dominant performance from the Washington and Jefferson Presidents in the first half as Avery Keith collapsed and slammed Ben Mills to the ground. And that's the force and pressure that W&J has applied on CMU so far today. (24-5), a 19-point lead for the Presidents. Robert Mangino is alongside with Mike Sirianni.
Coach, they scored halftime. What do you think about your team's performance?
We're playing great, but they're a great football team. They're ranked in the top 10 for a reason. We got to bring the same energy. This game is not over. They're more than capable of scoring on special teams, defense, and offense. So we got to play with the same intensity. This game is not over, and our mindset is going to be 0-0.
A lot of guys were talking about the defense of CMU coming into this game. Your defense has been absolutely dominant.
We played well. I mean, we played well for a half. We need to play well for a game, and then I'll be happy.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Fellas.
Takes a full 60 minutes to get the job done. Washington and Jefferson halfway there, catapulting themselves up top Carnegie Mellon and potentially ranked in the top 25 of the D3Football.com poll. With Grove City, the number 8 team, and the defending champions in the PAC watching on as they will play against Allegheny at 7 p.m. The two teams will meet up later on in October. The Presidents lead 24-5 at halftime.
I'm Megan Schiller, and I'm on an important new assignment to save you money. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before you go out and buy more sunscreen. Protect you from the sneakiest scams. Pay attention to your mail because a scam letter could soon arrive. And put the power of KDKA behind you when you've been wronged and feel like no one else will listen.
After you did some calling, emailing, I fabulously got phone calls.
I'm the only local reporter doing this, so if you need answers, just think Message Megan. KDKA investigates.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready? Ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
It's 24-5. The President's on top of the Tartans here at Cameron Stadium. Back at the beginning of this campaign, Austin Bechtel had a chance to sit down with Justin Johns, the star linebacker for W&J, and he has been a star today. Fifth-year senior. He's breaking up passes. He's leading in tackles. Got a forced fumble. He's all over the place. They're going to need his big performance coming up in the second half if they hope to get the W. But first, here's that interview with Austin Bechtel with Justin Johns.
You're watching PAC football here on KDKA+. I'm Austin Bechtel, joined alongside fifth-year linebacker for Washington and Jefferson, Justin Johns. Justin, great to be with you. First and foremost, why did you decide to come back for a fifth year?
Honestly, simply, it was just because I wasn't ready to be done. I wasn't satisfied with how I did individually and how we did as a team last year, and I know we can do better. A lot of guys returning in the pack in general, but our team as well. So I really thought we had a chance to make a good run this year. So definitely want to be part of it.
The standard is championships.
Oh, always.
At W&J, especially after the last couple of years have fallen short of that. What do you want to do this season to make sure that you get back over the top?
Well, I mean, offensively last year we were stellar. I mean, there's a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball, starting with JP, Macosko. I mean, Jake Pugh, great quarterback. We have a trio of running backs that can be starters anywhere else, really. And then a lot of our returning offensive line, I think we lost Angelo, and honestly, that was about it. Defensively, I mean, the talent's there. We have a lot of athletic ability there. We just got to put it all together. And I think a lot of that starts with communication, and obviously that starts with me. I got to be better with that. Secondary, there's a lot of talent, a lot of new guys that were really getting just a feel for the game last year at that level. And I think we finally put it together. We have Coach Bobich leading the defense this year, and we had a strong spring. We really formed a strong, cohesive defensive unit in the spring, and I think we're ready to go for the fall.
Yeah, with Coach LeVar gone and Coach Bovich now into the fold, calling the defensive plays, with also Dawson Dietz back, yourself back. How important is that, and how has that communication been so far?
I think it's improved a lot since last year. I mean, it was definitely a point of issue last year. I mean, obviously there was new guys at certain positions like the star position and, you know, corners and safeties and whatnot that were getting the feel for the game. And by the end, I think they were starting to put it together. But yeah, strong communication at all levels, like secondary to the linebackers, you know, back and forth, and then linebackers to the defensive line. We put that all together. I mean, you were saying it, like Dawson Dietz, All-American. I mean, if he's not making the play himself, he's eating up at least 2 or 3 blocks. And Avery Keith does the same thing. If he's not making the play, he's sending everything back in. So putting it all together, I really think we have a chance to make a deep run into the playoffs.
Murraysville native, why'd you end up choosing W&J?
That's a lot of reasons. I mean, I just love the program. I mean, Coach Sirianni was very persuasive, and I'm very glad I ended up there. But my older brother was there at the time. He was done playing football at that point, but I definitely wanted to be there with him. He lives in Florida now, so it was nice to get back to school with him for a couple years. And my younger brother ended up joining me at W&J, which I got to play with him for another 2 years. He's not returning this year, but it was truly a blessing to get the chance to play with him again.
What is your relationship like with Coach Sirianni?
I've definitely got to know him, and he's definitely got to know me a lot better today. Because I'll be honest, I don't talk all that much, but and it's definitely hard to pull some things out of me. But yeah, it's a great relationship. I feel comfortable being able to talk to him about certain things, some things we need to improve on about, you know, the defensive unit, and, you know, we get strong feedback from him, and then from the defensive coaching staff as well, from Coach Bobich and his supporting staff, like Coach Drew Ehrlich and Coach Cranston. I mean, it's a great coaching staff, and I'm definitely comfortable being able to go up to them and voice my concerns and issues and see what we can go and see what we can do from there.
Talking to W&J linebacker Justin Johns. So Justin, the culture of being a president, what stands out the most to you about it?
There's just a sense that there's a history there. I mean, there's just a history of greatness, and there's a mentality that we need to be the best because that's what we've always been. You know, it's something that it's expected. There's no excuses, and there's no, you know, these bowl games. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great to be a part of them, be able to play in them, and then ultimately winning them. But it's not where we want to be. Like, there's a expected level of play that needs to get us into the playoffs, and, you know, each year has been a disappointment since then, and that's the mentality you want in a football team.
You know, your ultimate goal and ultimate most important memory that you want to make at W&J is winning a PAC championship.
Absolutely.
What has been your best memory so far to date going into year 5?
I think, okay, so I have two. Individually, my sophomore year, we had a game against Geneva, and we were 4-0, or we were 3-0 or 4-0, and we were down at halftime, and then we took a late lead, and they were starting to drive down the field. They were like the 50-yard line, and I was able to make a sideline interception, and I was like right at the W&J sideline, so everyone went crazy, and that was definitely individually my favorite moment. But as a team, my junior year, we went up against Westminster, and it had been 5 years since we beat Westminster. So being able to go there and then pull out a win and just celebrating afterward, that was one of the greatest memories I ever made.
What are your future plans once you graduate from W&J?
I am an economics major, and I had an internship with BNY Mellon last summer, and I got accepted into a rotational program in the fall, and I decided ultimately to keep playing here, so I kind of pushed that back until February. But yeah, once I'm done with football, I'm gonna probably pursue that rotational program with BNY Mellon.
Awesome. Justin, what do you want your memory to be for people that are maybe freshmen right now, sophomores, and people that love W&J football, of your impact on the program?
I just want them to know that I gave it everything I got. I know I'm not oblivious to the fact that I'm close to being one of the all-time tacklers at W&J, but honestly, I really do not worry about that.
That's not a big goal for you this year?
I mean, it's in the back of my mind, obviously. It's obviously there, but that's not why I came back. I came back to win a PAC championship, and I want to be a big contributor to getting back there after such a long time.
One final ride. What is your message to your family, your brothers, the support staff that's been along with you the whole step of the way?
Well, thank you for everything. I couldn't have done it without you. The players that I, was able to play with at my position, and then my supporting cast, whether it be Sean Dorn or Tanner Volpatty at the linebacker position, or All-Americans like Dawson Dietz, and then Alex Keith and Avery Keith and all those guys. As to my family and friends, I also couldn't have done it without you, your support throughout the years, back to when I was 7 years old playing Pee Wee football with my dad as the head coach. I mean, definitely could have done without those guys. So thank you.
Justin Johns, W&J linebacker, 5th year with the program. Congratulations, Justin, and thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
It's 24-5 W&J all over CMU. The Presidents really sticking it to the Tartans today on both sides of the ball. Offense, defense, and you know what? Special teams as well. And turnovers have gone in the Presidents' favor. A complete wrap-up of the first half coming up with Austin and Alex on halftime coverage.
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her, a new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
24-5, an unorthodox score and an unorthodox performance so far from the 15th ranked team in the country, the Carnegie Mellon Tartans, trailing by 19 to the Washington and Jefferson Presidents back here at Cameron Stadium. We bring you back inside the broadcast booth. Austin Bechtold alongside Alex Terrett. Only 101 total yards of offense, Alex. For Carnegie Mellon, Washington and Jefferson is outgaining the Tartans by 90 yards.
And it all comes from the pass yards. And right now, CMU only having 25 pass yards in this first half, and then WJ with 136 of their own. And this CMU defense doesn't give up a whole lot. And so that's been definitely the turning point in this game so far.
It started with a field goal from Carnegie Mellon to make it 3-0. But since then, 24-2 is the point differential in favor of Washington and Jefferson. You take a look at the total yards, also the first downs. Washington and Jefferson has doubled the first down number that Carnegie Mellon has had. 3-1 actually is the turnover differential. Carnegie Mellon with 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, as well as an interception. There was a interception thrown by Jake Pugh as well that basically served as a punt after an incomplete pass to Jacob Macosko was ruled a completed pass, which would have brought out 4th down. And it's funny how football works itself out. Not too many penalties in this game, only 15 total penalty yards so far. But Ben Mills is 6 of 11 for 25 yards, has been sacked twice. Jake Pugh 132 total yards through the air. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, one to John Paduzi, one to Jacob Macosko. Both players have 4 receptions on the day, totaling over 100 yards, 109 to be exact. As we take a look at some of the key plays in this game, the Justin Johns forced fumble would set up the John Paduzi 14-yard touchdown from Jake Pugh, as Paduzi had nothing but just open turf to be able to walk into the end zone. Owen Patrice also scored for Washington and Jefferson. Jacob Macosko scoring another touchdown added on, but there's another fumble. That's been a problem for Carnegie Mellon. It's supposed to be discipline for Carnegie Mellon that drives this team, and it's what drives the program. and what drives academics at CMU, but DJ Johnson coughed it up. Oh, and Patrice took advantage. Washington and Jefferson scoring off of turnovers, and really, even when they haven't been able to capitalize, the field position that they've gained by the defense getting another stop against CMU has been critical. As we take a look at the touchdown to Macosko as well, diving towards the end zone in the final minute of the half. So 24-5, moments away from the start of the second half, and the kickoff after this to begin the third quarter of play on KDKA+.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
More than 140 community pharmacies have closed since January here in the state of Pennsylvania.
When our local pharmacies started closing, we started asking questions. The answers pointed to a group of middlemen locking pharmacists into what they call predatory contracts. And our investigation leading to big change in Harrisburg.
Governor Josh Shapiro will sign legislation aimed at saving pharmacies from going out of business.
Both sides of the aisle coming together to allow the bill to come to fruition.
KDKA investigates.
Carnegie Mellon receives the second half kickoff. And DJ Johnson from inside the 5-yard line takes it up past the 30-yard line with flags coming in from multiple different directions. Lots of laundry on the field. 4 total flags thrown from all 4 corners of a compass. It's going to bring this one back.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 15. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Carnegie Mellon keep the ball, first down.
Avery Campbell on the holding penalty. So back up the Tartans starting field position inside the 15-yard line. Mangino, what did Ryan Larson say to you coming out of half? Need to try to start off fast, and that's not a good way to begin.
Thing to start the game. It's about turnovers. You can't turn the ball over, win, and it's about controlling the line of scrimmage. I asked him about Ben Mills and his performance so far, second all-time at CMU in yards and in touchdowns, and he says, you know what, we're just not giving him the time that he needs. He needs that time in this drive.
First down at the 14-yard line for CMU. Hands-off goes to Vasiliadis. Not much going. Multiple players collapsing in. It's Avery Keith, as well as Zakai Simmons up from his safety spot, and Avery Keith a little bit slow to get up.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
There's a gain of yard on first down. And Keith will be attended to by the training staff. In the D3Football.com poll, there's 2 different polls to look at the Division III football rankings. The AFCA top 25 and the D3Football.com top 25. Carnegie Mellon is 15th in the D3Football.com rankings and tied for 11th in the AFCA top 25. Grove City is in the top 10 in both rankings. 7th in the AFCA rankings, 8th in the D3Football.com rankings after winning an NCAA playoff game last year. The expanded playoffs this year could allow for another PAC team to be able to get into the playoffs with 40 teams. And Grove City, the defending PAC champions, 2-0 on the year. Big matchup against Washington and Jefferson on the 19th. That'll also be here in Washington. The 2 teams with the Presidents are looking to try to come back from a year ago and defeat. So far, so good against CMU. And good to see Avery Keith able to walk off under his own power to the sideline. Washington and Jefferson receiving votes in both polls. 6 votes in the D3Football.com poll, 60 votes in the AFCA top 25. Second down and 8 for Mills. With time, Mills taking a shot downfield, has a man open, the pass is caught. Reese Kolke off to the races. Kolke to the 10, Kolke to the 5, Kolke touchdown. 84 yards. Ben Mills to Reese Kolke, and it's a new ball game.
And I want you to look at the speed on this play. And I want to take a look at this, especially with Kolke. Kolke's just faster. And this is just a great throw by Ben Mills to get Kolke, hit him in stride, and that's the way to start the second half if you're Coach Larson. That's nothing. There's not anything better you can start this second half out with.
Critical touchdown and a quick strike from Ben Mills, who had plenty of time to find Reese Kolke. Extra point up and good from Justin Caputo.
And so you're going to have Kolke right here, and then you're going to see double slants. And then once you see just the speed on Kolke, so if we play it, you're going to see Ben Mills just recognizes his matchup that he has, and Kolke has all the speed needed to go through that entire 80-play drive.
And he beat Carson Laconey, the corner junior from North Catholic High School, who's been very good today. Just pure speed from Kolke, his second touchdown of the season. And he had 87 yards coming into the season. The sophomore 6'4" wide receiver had almost that on one play. So 24-12. Washington and Jefferson with double the points of CMU, but a quick strike from the Tartans offense. Only had 101 yards of offense entering the second half, almost equaling that number, about 89 yards on the drive. Two men back for the Presidents to return it, and Volpatti elects to call a fair catch and bring it out to the 25. So the first chance for the W&J offense after the quick strike from Carnegie Mellon, and Jake Pugh back out onto the field. Pugh with 16 touchdown passes on the year, over 1,000 yards passing. Accomplished that in the first half, and 6 touchdowns last week against Waynesburg. It's been the second half in the last couple of big games for Washington and Jefferson, where the game's kind of gotten away from them. Saw that in the last game at home against CMU. It was a double-digit win for the Tartans against W&J last season as well. Handoff goes to Kobe DeRosa. DeRosa spun down at the 28-yard line, pick up a 4.
And Coach Sirianni talked about in his halftime interview, and he said, you got to play through 4 quarters. And he said they played good through one half of football. And it's all about continuing that success through the second half. And right now it looks like WJ was caught sleeping on that first play outside of halftime. And it looks like Carnegie Mellon's ready to see if they can spoil something here on homecoming day.
2 receivers to the far side for Pugh. He's looking to the near side of Macosko. Ball is tipped and incomplete. Vincent Cece, who's really had a nice game for Carnegie Mellon, got a hand up there, the senior from Greenwich, Connecticut. Take another look at the deflected pass.
If you're an offense and anytime the ball's deflected and in the air, there's trouble. And Macosko is not able to break on that football, and that kind of just hangs up in the air a little too long. And that's another potential turnover that could have happened there for the WJ Presidents.
3rd and 6 for Pugh in the offense. At the 29, Rosati went in motion. Pugh looking in his direction. Now we'll roll to the near side. Has running room if he likes to take it. Looks outfield. Paduzzi's open. Caught near midfield.
And Pugh just recognizes that he's got to get out of the pocket. A lot of interior pressure coming from the Tartans. And then he's got every single one of his receivers following him across the field, and Paduzzi able to make that grab and set up another first down.
All the way up to the 49-yard line of the Presidents. It's the three-headed monster of Anthony Rosati, John Paduzzi, Jacob Macosko. Haven't seen too much Rosati today. He's been out there, but it's been Paduzzi and Macosko, the main pass catchers, as Kobe DeRosa makes his way to midfield.
And so the Presidents are doing a great job of responding. Big splash play by the Tartans. Now what you got to do is you got to control the football, and you got to use a lot of time of possession, and you have to have success driving this football down the field. And right now you see great play designs by Coach Sirianni, getting a lot of run, getting a lot of pass, getting Pugh outside the pocket, which he does best of extending the play Now 2nd and long. Let's see what they do here.
2nd and 9 for Pugh. With time, delivers. Macosko caught, first down. Out of bounds at the 40. Pushed out by Adrian Williams.
And Macosko's running a comeback on the right side. And what's so hard about the comeback is it's all timing. And you know, Pugh and Macosko, they've run this play a million times in practice, and they have that chemistry down that we've seen throughout the entire season. And Macosko doing a great job of getting his feet down. And now another first down to tack onto the total that they've had over the course of this game.
Ball in Carnegie Mellon territory for Pugh, who has DeRosa as the back. They fake it his way. It's a design run for Pugh. Takes a big hit. He bounces off the tackle attempt from Thomas Corey and makes it to the 37. Good run and a tough run for Jake Pugh.
Another design run for the quarterback. And like we said earlier, Pugh's going to have to take some shots. And if he's going to do these design quarterback runs, especially bouncing off defenders, usually when you bounce off one, you're going to run directly into another. Takes a hard hit at the end of there. But this is the type of game you got to sell out for. And right now, that's what Pugh's doing.
And Thomas Corey couldn't make the tackle, so Robert Corey instead makes the stop. The Corey brothers helping each other out on that play to set up 2nd down and 7. 11:35 remaining. 3rd quarter of play. What a time still to go to determine a winner. It's Pugh looking for Peduzzi. He's open. Peduzzi inside the 25-yard line. Another first down in a gain of 15.
And we know how much success Peduzzi has outside the numbers, outside the hash, but also the way he works the middle of the field. And Sirianni does a great job putting him in the slot, letting him use his big frame, get in the middle of the field. He's able to find those open windows and extend the drive.
And Pugh froze the defenders on that side of the field, including Logan Young in coverage. As he'll roll with it to the near side, incomplete, trying to connect with Cernuto. And Pugh took a shot at the end of the play. He was brought down by Evan Roper on the quarterback hit. Roper, the senior from Barrington, Illinois, helps force the incompletion and set up 2nd down.
You have a lot of your playmakers on the outside, and now you got to lean on your running game a little bit. And CMU's been doing a great job of tackling in space and not letting these smaller gains turn into bigger chunks. But also you got to look at Peduzzi in the slot once again and watch how he works in the middle of the field.
3 receivers to the near side for Pugh with DeRosa at the back. Pugh under pressure, taking a shot towards the end zone. Macosko one-on-one, jumps up, can't make the catch. Broken up by Jackson LaJoy. LaJoy loses his helmet, sells out to make the stop. And a good play made by the senior cornerback.
And this is what the Presidents like to do a lot, and they like to throw those jump balls to Macosko, especially when they're having a lot of success moving the football down the field. And it's just a great play by LaJoy, able to get his body in between Macosko and the football, and popping it out.
Cool story with Jackson LaJoy and Jamison LaJoy, the brothers that are playing for the first time with each other defensively for Carnegie Mellon. Both from Garland, Texas. They didn't play together in high school. Jackson had not played football until later on in his life. Jamison has a cool story. Tried to play at Notre Dame, ends up playing his final season here at Carnegie Mellon. Pass is caught. DeRosa needing to make his way to the 13. He falls a couple yards short at the 15. And brings up 4th and short.
A lot of attention is being diverted to Macosko, to Peduzzi. And so what does Coach Sirianni do? He has them run pick plays. And now you get Kobe DeRosa out in the backfield, catching passes, trying to make people miss. Now a crucial 4th down here. Looks like the Presidents are going to go for it.
W&J keeps the offense on the field, electing not to kick a field goal that could make it a 15-point game. Pugh in the pistol, DeRosa's the back. 2 receivers to the far side, Versades to the near side. Quick pass to Macosko. Peduzzi was blocking right off the snap, and Macosko gets the first down. A well-designed play as Peduzzi lined up on the line of scrimmage, and Macosko about a yard behind him. And a quick screen where nobody could get to Macosko in time, and moves the ball and set up 1st and goal.
And when you have a quarterback like Pugh who's so accurate on these shorter throws, those quick screens turn into running plays. And you get the ball to a player that has a lot of speed, has a lot of agility to make people miss. And that's basically just an extension of your run game. That's a great play design by the Presidents once again.
Really surprised by how much room was available there as DeRosa gets the carry. DeRosa gets brought down. Big hit delivered by Robert Corey.
Back to that 4th down play, Austin, you're talking about how much space he had. And that's because on a 4th down play, you kind of expect them to go to the run game a little bit. So you stack the box and you leave those corners and those safeties out by themselves, and they don't want to give up anything over the top to these taller receivers, so they play a little bit off, and that creates that underneath matchup for the quick screen.
2-yard gain. It's 2nd down and goal. Paduzi and Macosko line up to the near side. 2 tight ends, far side of the formation for Pugh. DeRosa's the back. Ball at the far side hash, sending Cernudo in motion. Pugh looking near side. He's flushed. Pugh delivers. End zone. Wide open. Cernudo. Touchdown W&J, but there is a flag down in the backfield. CMU believes this one's coming back.
Holding.
It is.
Offense number 55. 10-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Eddie Nicotra, the right tackle, guilty of the hold.
And Cernudo did a great job coming across the line of scrimmage, going to the flat, realizing nothing's there. Pugh's extending the play and rolls up to the top of your screen there and makes a great catch, but unfortunately it's all erased by the holding penalty.
That right side of the line with the veteran Nicotra. Michael Roginski, the sophomore 6'2", backup right tackle, is playing right guard today. Penalty moves the ball back to the 17 for 2nd and goal. Pugh flushed again, trying to roll out and escape. Pugh under duress, delivers towards the end zone, towards Paduzi, but overthrown and out of bounds. And Jake Pugh just able to get away from the pressure. 4 different defenders were collapsing in on him. Thomas Corey was there. Vincent Cece, who's been around the ball a lot, also applying pressure. It's 3rd down and goal. But really, it's 3rd and significantly long. 18 yards away from the goal line.
Like to see DeRosa get out of the backfield, a little screen play, try to get him something easy underneath.
They fake it that way and go to Paduzi to set up a screen. Paduzi with some open running room. Paduzi to the 5. We'll see if W&J elects to go for it. Instead, it's the special teams unit coming on.
And the Presidents probably thought that they can fool Carnegie Mellon with this fake quick screen to get a Paduzi. Get a lot of it back.
And Paduzi hobbling off the field.
That's not something you like to see there.
Training staff's looking at him and initially looks to be cramps. Don't want to speculate on that, but ball in the middle of the field for Devin Wyatt. Field goal attempt that gets deflected and it's blocked. No good. Great play made by Carnegie Mellon. Might have been Caleb Brops that blocked it. We'll take another look and see who got a hand on the Devin Wyatt field goal attempt, but regardless, no good. Carnegie Mellon takes over, 24-12, Presidents lead.
When the biggest newsmakers have something big to say.
We're really testing the limits.
This is hurting working families.
This is a challenging moment.
They say it to one station. The biggest interviews. KDKA TV. Expect more.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
Saturday, October 12th, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as 2 of the best face off in a homecoming sellout. The Carnegie Mellon Tartans face the Grove City Wolverines next Saturday at 2 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
In Pittsburgh, the news moves fast. But as the stories evolve, KDKA sticks with them, holding our leaders accountable and bringing change to the communities we call home. Stick with us every weeknight starting at 4.
Carnegie Mellon begins at the 20-yard line after the blocked field goal. Austin Beck told Alex Terrett, Robert Mangino alongside. 7:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. Ben Mills in the shotgun. Vasiliadis the back. Mills looks towards Vasiliadis. He makes the catch as a blocker out in front of him and picks up a couple yards out of bounds on the CMU side of the field.
Mills' pass is complete to Vasiliadis.
pushed out by Justin Johns. W&J player a little bit slow to get up on the play. That was Angelo Volumino, the corner.
And so you think about, it's kind of a matter of time before Carnegie Mellon got something on special teams. And with all the bad breaks they've had in the first half with turnovers, to get that block kick, something that can turn their fortunes around.
CMU's been one of the best teams on special teams in the country under Ryan Larson in his 3rd season. 2nd down and 7. Vasiliotis on the call. Vasiliotis first down and more. Vasiliotis spinning his way to the 33. Pick him with 10 yards.
And Vasiliotis has that second gear that a lot of players don't have at this level. And just watch the way as soon as he gets the ball, he turns his shoulders upfield. And then now he's someone that they need to get going in order to control more time on this offensive possession.
Ton of tackles by the middle linebackers today for W&J, Justin Johns and Keaton Hall, as Vasiliotis has another first down, still going past the 45. Vasiliotis gets 14 yards and another first down.
And if I'm CMU, I'm going up tempo. And you see the success you're having with Vasiliotis, and he's just one of the many weapons you have on offense. And now watch to see, with all the attention going to Vasiliotis, Ben Mills pulling and running himself.
He gives to Vasiliotis again. Vasiliotis to midfield. Maybe a yard shy and a gain of 3.
Right now you're kind of just waiting on to see what Ben Mills is going to do. You're having success in the run game. You're going to start, the Presidents are going to start loading up the box, trying to stop it. And now it's his turn to shine.
Mills rolls far side. Mills will tuck and run. He's brought down by Justin Johns right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard to midfield. And they're running past right tackle Charlie Katarinzik, the junior 6'4", 280-pound transfer from West Virginia University. Not often you see a Division I transfer make his way to a D3 school, but that's what happened for Katarinzik. He's not able to get on the field at WVU. His father and brother attended CMU. His brother still there. Really good player with the Shady Side Academy before going to a boarding school and eventually making his way to CMU and starting at right tackle. Dawson Dietz collapses in on Ben Mills. And on 3rd down, Washington and Jefferson forces a potential punt. And Dawson Dietz just broke right through the line of scrimmage. Seemed like nobody blocked him, but instead he just completely blew up Gabriel Bardis, the left guard.
And that's why we highlight him at the beginning of the game. That's why he's that featured player, because all eyes are on him at all times. And he's the guy that they lean on. And as a senior, he's been All-American, first-team All-Conference many years in a row. And he's just a special player. And coming out of Hampton High School, he's just someone that just anchors this W&J rushing defense.
Ben Mills punts it away. Volpatti, or it's rather Anthony Rossani that lets it roll inside the 10-yard line. And it goes all the way to the 4 as Rossani gets talked to on the sideline for letting that one roll. And we take a look at some of the other scores around the conference. Waynesburg defeats St. Vincent 21-7. The Jackets are on the board in the win category. Westminster's beating Teal 21-0. Same score for Case Western, defeating Geneva right now in the first quarter of play. And Grove City and Allegheny look on. 7 o'clock kickoff primetime matchup tonight. Bethany off this week. Some of the updated scores you see now. 31-0 Westminster beating Teal. And Case Western ahead of Geneva by 35. The score's just updated. And Grove City's looking on, watching this one. Curious to see who pulls out the victory. So critical to see who wins the President's Athletic Conference. A 10-0 record last year for Grove City. Undefeated year is what got it done to win the championship in the conference. Run for Owen Patricic. We have not seen Troy Volpatti running the football for Washington and Jefferson today. It's really been a lot of Patricic and DeRosa. Don Barca, Cam Mulvaney, Andrew Sharp have also factored in this season. Some of the earlier games where W&J has been able to get some of the other reserve players into the game for extended looks. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain.
And sometimes it's all dependent on matchups. And sometimes this defense, who's been really good on the rush, maybe you got to get some smaller backs, some shiftier backs to get out of the backfield. You're better pass catchers, maybe outside, and that's why Volpatti you don't see a lot today.
Pugh with time, pocket collapses in. pass to Rosati is complete. Rosati dragged down at the 10-yard line. Strong tackle made by Jacob Franz. There is a flag in the end zone as Pugh's a little bit late getting to his feet. Patrice helps him up. See what the penalty is. It might be, if it's holding in the end zone, a safety. And it is holding in the end zone, called against W&J. It's the second safety of the day for CMU. And it does not come based off of a sack in the end zone. It's Devin Wyatt with his foot on the punt attempt, stepping out of bounds, and right there holding in the end zone that has given CMU 4 free points. What an odd game, as it's 24-14. What was a 12-point game is now 10. And there's the hold.
And now this CMU offense really hasn't done a whole lot today, and you know they're getting helped out a lot with these safeties. With 2 safeties in one game is unheard of.
Mangino, what did you see down there? As it just seems like special teams, we talked about it for Grove City after being a negative part of this game, is really starting to turn into a positive.
Yeah, holding penalties really costing now W&J, 9 points, that touchdown, and now the safety. One of the other things that Larson said to me as he was coming out at half, listen, we're down by 19. We are not going to make up that score in one play. We have to continue, be methodical, and win every down. And so far, they are beginning to flip things here in the second half.
So the free kick is going to be delivered off a tee for the Presidents. Liam Campbell's kick is taken at the 20-yard line by Johnson. Johnson past the 45, makes a man miss. In the President's territory, Johnson still going to the 40. Great starting field position for Carnegie Mellon. DJ Johnson to the 40-yard line. And a great return.
How about a game that DJ Johnson's having? Just a roller coaster of emotions for this young man who, fumbles earlier in the game, causes a score for W&J. But the last 3 returns that he's had have gone for over 40-plus yards. And he's very, very close to breaking one of these for a touchdown. But once again, settling them perfectly inside their own territory, or inside the W&J territory. And now the offense has even more life now than it did already.
And it looks like W&J got away with a hands to the face penalty as well on the return. So Mills operating out of the shotgun. We'll give to Vasiliadis. Vasiliadis tries to cut and change direction. He does. Vasiliadis gets dragged down. Really a shoestring tackle at the 36. And the player slow to get up for Washington and Jefferson is Volumino. Saw that on the last drive as well. He made the tackle and takes a seat to the 39. Another look at the run from Vasiliadis, where he basically ran about 20 yards to only get 2. Maybe 3 or 4. It ends up going for a gain of 4 yards. And before second down, Volumino is attended to. And we'll step aside with 3:07 remaining.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
At Loewe, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
this Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group, features the Trinity Hillers taking on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go. JRM Video Productions, winners of a Regional Emmy Award for live sporting event.
Austin Bechtold and Alex Terrett, Robert Mangino back here at Cameron Stadium in Washington, Pennsylvania. 24-14. W&J leads, but Carnegie Mellon is threatening. Second down and 6 at the 36 for Ben Mills. Empty backfield. 2 receivers to the far side, including at tight end. Rolls to the far side. Mills are going to take a shot downfield, looking towards the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown! Reese Kolke, second receiving touchdown of the game. CMU cuts it to a one-score game.
Kolke's just using his speed on these long, deeper routes. They're just sending him on go balls just straight down the field. And Ben Mills, great anticipation and just threads the needle here. Get him rolling right, sets his feet, just delivers a powerful throw. And Kolke's just, once again, just the guy on offense today for the Tartans.
And he beats Zakai Simmons, the free safety, who fell short of the goal line. Justin Caputo on to attempt the extra point. It's up and it's good. And it's a 24-21 game. It was 24-5 at halftime. So you look at the score and you're like, okay, so W&J scored 3 touchdowns and had a field goal, and Carnegie Mellon probably had 3 touchdowns. Well, not the way you draw it up, because Carnegie Mellon scored first on a field goal attempt, then had the Kolke 84-yard touchdown, but before that was the safety where Wyant stepped out of bounds out of the end zone, and then the holding penalty called against W&J, 2 self-induced safeties, followed by the strike on the passing touchdown from Mills to Kolke, 36 yards. It's a field goal game. Who would have thought?
And just a roller coaster of emotions for both teams, who W&J had all the momentum going in the first half. Coach Sirianni warned us. He said, this is a great team, great football team, and they're going to hang around. And you have to play a full game between limiting your mistakes, creating splash plays, and now CMU's right back in this football game, winding down the third quarter.
Reese Kolke with more receiving yards and touchdowns in this game than he's had in the first 3 games combined this season. As the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, W&J offense back out to the 25-yard line, and this is a critical drive, Alex, for W&J to get some momentum back. And really, you're gonna have to get some points.
You have to, and see, like, you have not scored in this entire third quarter, and we've talked a lot about how the third quarter is the most important in the entire game.
A lot of highlights to keep track of in this game. You can see them all at JRM Sports on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You'll find the highlights there, as well as on Instagram and YouTube. Follow us for real-time content and highlights. High school football highlights, college football highlights, JRM Sports. So how does W&J respond? Shotgun for Jake Pugh. He begins with a rush for Patrice, and lots of running room. Patrice changes fields and gets close to a first down at the 35. He's got enough on a 10-yard pickup.
And that's the person you want to go to right now. And DeRosa and Patrice, they have to be those guys to pull you out of this little load that you're in as an offense. And especially with the holding penalty, creating the safety. Like, this offensive line has to limit those mental errors, those plays that forces them to go backwards. And right now, this is a very crucial part of the game.
Cernuto in motion to the far side of the formation. Pugh hands it off. Ends up going for a gain of about 3 yards for Patrice once again in the carry.
And it's kind of like, if you're Coach Sirianni, how do you want to play this? Do you want to be aggressive? You want to keep pushing the ball down the field? You want to let Pugh do what he does? Or do you want to lean on the running game and try and shorten this game as much as you can, especially with the game trending away from you? And let's see what he wants to dial up here on this second down.
2nd and 6. Pugh in the pistol. Patrice the back. They get his way. Pugh under pressure. Delivers a wobbly pass. It's caught by Macosko. Up to the 44. A yard short of a first down, but dangerous play. And Macosko comes up limping.
And Pugh does a great job of the jab step in the middle of his rollout to get all the defenders going away from him, able to fit it through to Macosko, that's not the type of guy you want to see exiting the game.
And he is staying on the field right now, kind of shaking his head towards the sideline that he wants to stay on. He's the receiver that lines up all the way to the near side of the field, right near the numbers at the 40. Patrice joins him on that side for 3rd and 1. Pugh gives it to Patrice. Patrice trying to fight his way, and he stays on his feet. Picks up a first down at the 46 on a 2-yard gain. Owen Patrice on the first initial hit looked to have been shy, but he stayed on his feet, sidestepped, and moved laterally to make his way for a first.
And great balance shown by Patrice, who initially gets attacked.
It was Robert Corey there.
By Robert Corey, and then able to still stay on his feet, strong legs, able to pile through and get that first down, which now you can start doing this drive into the 4th quarter and start pushing this football game a little bit shorter.
Final 20 seconds of the quarter. Cernudo goes in motion, pistol for Jake Pugh. Patrice remains the back, and he gets the call. Patrice running off left tackle, breaks off a tackle and runs into CMU territory. We'll set up 2nd down and manageable as we go to the 4th quarter. Put up the 4s at Cameron Stadium. 15 minutes in regulation, left to go in a 3-point game to decide who wins. Washington and Jefferson, Carnegie Mellon, 4th quarter next.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBU Life. What does it do? It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends. What's so great about that? My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBU Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more. Oh. You might be interested in a GBU Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community. This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group, features the Trinity Hillers taking on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Saturday, October 12th, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as two of the best face off in a homecoming sellout. The Carnegie Mellon Tartans face the Grove City Wolverines next Saturday at 2 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
The 4th quarter begins with 2nd down and 4, and the W&J cheerleaders cheering on the President's offense on the field, leading it by 3 points. In the pistol formation, Jake Pugh takes the handoff. Pugh avoids a rusher. Pugh can't get away. Pugh still on his feet. Whistle blows. Mitchell Stokey with the sack. And a negative play forced by the Carnegie Mellon defense.
What a play by Stokey, just grabbing onto Pugh and not letting go. And Pugh's still trying to make a play, trying to pull himself out. But Stokey just had a death grip on Pugh, not letting him escape, able to wrestle him down. And now you have a 3rd and long for W&J, who hasn't been very successful on 3rd down conversions so far this game.
It's 3rd down and 8 for the Presidents. Ball back onto the Washington and Jefferson side of the field. Pugh in the shotgun. 2 receivers far side to the near side as well. Pugh with time, good protection. Takes a shot downfield for Jacob Macosko. Macosko can't bring it in. Incomplete. There was a hit delivered. Washington and Jefferson fans were not happy about. Jacob Franz, the safety. The question would have been, was it towards the head and neck area? Officials thought not the case. Referees don't throw any flags, and the Presidents have to punt.
And this is such a quick play, and Franz definitely just going for the football here. Gets all shoulder there, clean play. Because if Macosko catches that football, Franz is trying to jar that ball loose. That's a great football play by Franz, who was able to disrupt that pass. And Macosko, who's taken a lot of shots this game, just takes another one.
W&J now 4 of 11 on third down. Devin Wyant on to punt. Wyant gets it away. It's a high kick and a deep one. Voiland will make the catch at the 10-yard line, and Voiland is only able to get a couple yards before he's ultimately brought down inside the 15. $13:59 to go, fourth quarter. Last time the Carnegie Mellon offense got the ball, it was successful. A stink bug just attacked me up here in the booth, Alex, but it's been the CMU offense that's been attacking Washington and Jefferson defensively.
And with Kolke, you're going to see him come up. He's going to fake out and then goes burst towards the center of the field, and you're going to see slants on the outside, hitches on the outside, and Kolke just able to run right past. That's a great football by Ben Mills.
And there's 4 different defenders that are there for W&J in the picture compared to just 2 offensive players, wide receivers for Carnegie Mellon, who set up shot. First down and 10 at the 13-yard line. Mills has a man wide open. The pass is caught. Tons of open running room to the 40-yard line. Matt Everett all the way down towards midfield.
And they call this the tight end pop pass because Everett's been doing a great job of blocking all game, and then he just slips out of the backfield, and he's wide open, and Ben Mills finds him. It's a great play designed by Coach Larson.
What a response from Carnegie Mellon in the second half. Mills on a design quarterback run. Out of bounds at the 42, close to a first down. 9-yard pick carry for Ben Mills. Came into today, which is 19 yards rushing. He's well exceeded that.
Another design run for Mills. Just takes it, tucks it, able to get some positive yardage. And on a first down play, getting 9 yards off the quarterback run is something that Coach Larson will take every day of the week. And now Balma's back in at quarterback.
Mike Sirianni said that pressure is self-imposed. Don't want to think about pressure and the opportunity to win this big of a game with so much pressure that comes with it and the impact of the PAC standings. It's Balma back in there, as Alex mentioned. He gets it to Vasiliadis. Vasiliadis first down and more to the 35 and a gain of 6 yards. And CMU is doing exactly what we saw Washington and Jefferson do in the first half and is methodically moving the ball downfield.
And the feeling of this game has just completely changed. And CMU, who's been playing catch-up all game long, and now you just feel like they're in the driver's seat right now, and they dictate this game. And right now, W&J, who's kind of fallen off a little bit defensively, now they're on their toes with Ben Mills, who's playing great in the second half.
First down for Mills. 2 receivers line up to the far side of the field. Vasiliadis is the back. Everett also in the backfield. Hand off to Vasiliadis. Looks to change direction. Vasiliadis is tackled down to the 31. And Dawson Dietz is trying to punch at the football. And you see Katarinzik was looking at the line judge, really trying to plead with him. I mean, as Dietz, we'll see at the very end of this, maybe a little bit too late, was trying to punch out the football as it comes in right before that last shot from Dawson Dietz. He's trying to punch at the football, knock it loose. Second down and 6, 12 minutes to go in regulation. Vasiliadis remains the back. Send a man in motion, that's Dominic Voiland towards the near side of the field. Mills takes the snap, hands off. Vasiliadis has a lane. Vasiliadis close to a first down. It's going to be a yard shy at the 27-yard line. 2 yards short of a first down at the 25. Keaton Hall on the tackle.
And someone that we're not really talking about a whole lot in the second half is Justin Johns. And that's because Carnegie Mellon's doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. They have a lot of their pulling guards, a lot of pulling tackles, getting up to the second level, getting Justin Johns and Keaton Hall and getting blocks on them.
And that was some of our keys to the game. Controlling the line of scrimmage for CMU. We're seeing that a lot more in the second half. Discipline before and after the whistle. It's been better in the second half. And the turnover margin, which has gone against W&J in the second half after CMU turned it over 3 times in the first half. Mills on third down. McCullough, he's got it in the first down. Slant route for Brendan McCullough. Picks it up inside the 20.
McCullough's been a guy that's been all over the field. And that's a great ball by Ben Mills. Recognizes he's got a lot of one-on-one matchups, a lot of man-to-man coverage. McCullough able to do a great job on Volumina, who's been a little shaken up today. And you can tell that's kind of hindering his ability to break on the football.
Balma returns to take the direct snap out of the Wildcat formation. Send DJ Johnson in motion. Haven't seen Balma throw it yet. Maybe this time he will. Bauma incomplete. He's trying to connect with Matt Everett.
And I like the misdirection, sending DJ Johnson across the line of scrimmage, try to get some eyes on him and take the attention away from Bauma, who's trying to set up his first pass attempt of the game, trying to get Evert out on the flat.
And you thought that the amount of times that that play was run from Carnegie Mellon, that eventually they'd work in a pass with Bauma. Incomplete there. 2nd and 10 with Mills returning. Sends McCullough in motion. The sophomore wide receiver from Peters Township High School. Hands it off. Vasiliadis trying to break away. Up towards the 15, down at the 16-yard line. Brought down by Avery Keith. Be 3rd and about 7 yards coming up.
Okay, 3rd and long. CMU's done a great job this drive of getting 3rd down conversions. And so I'd like to see them go back to the jet sweeps and get someone coming across the line of scrimmage, trying to get those linebackers moving, get Justin Johns, Keaton Hall off their platforms, trying to take away from the pressure that's been coming up the interior and get Ben Mills some time to throw back there.
W&J trying to pump up the crowd and create some noise on what's 3rd down and 8 at the 16-yard line for Mills. Fakes the handoff. Mills looks for McCullough. It's incomplete. Slant route was thrown right in between the defenders. Zakai Simmons there defensively, Brandon Brown as well, both safeties, and the field goal unit is on.
And McCullough kind of takes a little bit of a business decision here, knowing Ben Mills kind of leads him a little too far. Simmons all over it. And now back to the field goal unit here. A lot of pressure going to be sent by the W&J defense.
Justin Caputo is on to attempt a 33-yard field goal, this to tie the game. Will Squibb is the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is blocked! The kick is blocked. The flag comes in late. But Caputo's kick blocked by the Presidents. We'll see what the flag is. Could this potentially be offsides against Washington and Jefferson? That's what CMU is pleading. It would remain 4th down and another opportunity for either the offense to come back out or another field goal attempt. We'll see what the call ends up being as the referee will make it after a brief discussion. Now Avery Keith trying to figure out what's going on. A lot of confusion on the field as Mike Sirianni will get an explanation.
And I think they're going to get something on Volumino sliding into the kicker at the end of the play.
So the ball is currently being placed at the 11-yard line. And Carnegie Mellon is going to get another field goal opportunity out of this. Oh, what a huge call against W&J. It's a 28-yard attempt now for Justin Caputo. This to tie the game. 2nd chance opportunity. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up and Caputo's kick is good and we're tied at 24. What a turn of events after W&J blocked the first attempt for Caputo. 2nd time the charm. 24-24, 9:37 left at Cameron Stadium.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine. And Ryan's. And our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work. To bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories, now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group, features the Trinity Hillers taking on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go.
It's a new ball game in Washington. 19 unanswered points by the Carnegie Mellon Tartans. And the Presidents will get the football back. A fair catch called for by Troy Volpatti. And there's more extracurricular activity at the very end of it as well. And there's a flag down on the field. The touchback, the fair catch will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. But a huge swing as W&J blocked Caputo's field goal attempt. Second chance at it after the flag. We'll see what's going on in this flag. It's called offsides against W&J. And Mangino, what did you see from the field level on the sideline, right on the W&J side? What happened with the flag?
That 5-yard penalty tacked on from the 25, be placed to 30, first and 10, W&J.
Yes, the kicker was run into, but he's saying, listen, once the field goal is blocked, it's a live ball. You can't call a penalty on that. But what the officials are saying is that, no, hold on. He was actually hit before the ball was blocked. So that's why the field goal stayed. But Sirianni just beside himself on that call.
Yeah, it's a bang-bang play. So the 5-yard penalty is actually against Carnegie Mellon and puts the ball to 30. Low snap, corralled by Pugh. Patrice, a good run. Makes his way up to the 39-yard line. 9-yard pickup there.
And so now you have that play. The referees kind of get involved there on that block kick. Bang, bang play. Fortunately, nothing you can do about it. You got to put that in the back of your mind and move forward on this offensive drive.
Pugh hands off. Patrice again. Has room. Patrice past midfield. Patrice still going. Spinning his way to the 40. Patrice still rumbling his way to the 35-yard line. Great run by Owen Patrice.
And Patrice just pulling his team back in this football game. 2 really big runs. Keeps his feet. And Patrice's just been that guy in the second half for this W&J offense, which hasn't had a lot of production so far since halftime. But Patrice's been doing an amazing job of catapulting his team back in it.
He gets 25 yards and sets up Jake Pugh to fake the screen and go to John Peduzzi. Peduzzi, shoestring tackle at the 28-yard line. Stopped there by Thomas Corey.
Another quick screen, another fake to the running back. Go back to Peduzzi, trying to see if they have a little bit more room to run with. Have a couple blockers in front, but that's some great tackling by Corey on the outside.
It's been a completely different game in the second half. 19 points for the Tartans since halftime. Anthony Rosati on the reception. Out of bounds inside the red zone at the 18. Another first down.
And that brings W&J up to 20 first downs on the football game today. And they really outmatching CMU in that category with only 13 for the Tartans. And W&J has done a great job of putting together more drives over the course of this football game, but they got to lead to more points now.
It hasn't happened at all in the second half. All 24 points coming in the first half. Patrice tries to break off of a tackler. He's brought down by Robert Corey at the 16, pickup of 3 yards.
And so now, like, field goals are kind of a little scary now between both teams. Both teams getting field goals blocked already, and it's kind of just, you don't really want to settle for a field goal because you don't want to risk that that pressure that you've seen from both sides getting to the kickers. And the kickers are a little shaken up now too, especially Devin Wyatt, who's had a safety called today already. You don't really want to leave it up to chance with the field goal.
Timeout, Washington Jefferson. Their first charge timeout of the half.
Timeout called by W&J. 7:06 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And what is a terrific game brewing at Cameron Stadium. How will it come to an end? And we start a new week of football coverage next Friday here on KDKA+. 7 o'clock kickoff. Trinity and Thomas Jefferson. Trinity High School right up the hill from Cameron Stadium. You can see the high school from where we're sitting in the press box. And Thomas Jefferson, Jake Pugh's alma mater, will battle it out next week to begin October. The Steelers High School Football Showcase Game of the Week game on KDKA Plus. We have a bye week next week, and then we'll have Carnegie Mellon, Grove City, another huge game for the Tartans against the defending PAC champions. That one at Grove City in 2 weeks. Make sure to stay tuned for that before we're back at Washington and Jefferson in a couple weeks for Grove City and W&J. Whistles at the start of the snap, signaling for a false start.
False start. Offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And it goes on John Peduzzi. Peduzzi, the junior from Hilton Head, South Carolina, had a pretty cool summer. He worked on the beach all year. Pretty fun life when you live at the beach. They could go back home.
Please reset the game clock to 7:06. 7:06.
One more second put back on the clock. 86, 90-degree weather.
Thank you.
Don't get much of that down in Washington, Pennsylvania, though, during the winter time.
Beautiful day today. 70 degrees, cloudy, not too hot. We were roasting in the booth last week at Geneva. It was a hot night.
Please reset.
As the
Please
Golden
reset
Tornadoes.
The game clock to 7:06.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Golden Tornadoes got their first win of the year against Teal. Trying to figure out the game clock here as the play clock continues to roll, and that was reset to 25. So 7:05 on the clock. 2 timeouts remaining for W&J, 3 remaining.
Please reset
for CMU.
7:06.
So 7:06 is now what is being asked to be put back on the clock. And there's confusion as the press box is right to the left of us, and nothing is being done. As the press box, I don't think, can hear the mic. It should be 7:06 on the clock. Put 1 more second back on. As the press box, doesn't seem like they've gotten the message, but now the directive right there is being offered down. And now 7:06 on the clock. Second down and 7 for Pugh in the offense. That's backed up after the 5-yard penalty now to 2nd and 12. 2 receivers line up far side to the near side. Patrice is the back. Pugh with time, flushed out to the near side of the field. Pugh looking to escape, he can't get away. Thomas Corey brings him down in the backfield. It's a loss of 3 yards to the 15.
And Thomas Corey, who's basically in charge and making sure that Pugh doesn't escape the pocket. And Pugh's a great runner, makes a lot of defenders miss, but Thomas Corey was on a mission to make sure Pugh got down. And that's just a great football play from the linebacker spot for Thomas Corey.
Now Corey just shot out of a cannon there, using his speed to bring down the quick-footed Jake Pugh right near the sideline. It's 3rd and long. 3rd down and 17. Patrice remains the back. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side for the Presidents. Crucial drive for W&J to get points. Pugh looks over the middle, has an open man. The pass is caught. Zach Seaman inside the 15. He is still a couple yards short of a first down, needing to get to the 8. So decision time for W&J. Do the Presidents elect to kick the field goal or go for it? The field goal unit's coming on.
Just have a couple crossers, and Seaman able to get loose and not able to get past the initial defender to get for the first, but this sets up a very easier field goal, a lot easier field goal for Devin Wyatt, who's already had 1 block today.
It's a 28-yard attempt for Devin Wyatt from the near side hash. Good snap, good hold. Wyatt's kick, a wobbler, might have been blocked. It's no good. It might have gotten deflected on the way up. We'll see if we can take another look at it. As Devin Wyatt, the amount of block kicks in this game, special teams, a plethora and a huge part of this game. 5:39 to go, we remain tied.
And Carnegie Mellon just sends everybody here. They know they've already gotten their hands on 1. And that's a great block attempt by Carnegie Mellon.
It's Logan Young off the edge.
And Logan Young, who's done so much defensively, steps up big. You just see so many Carnegie Mellon defenders jumping up in the air, but Logan Young's the first one to get there. And we talked about special teams all day, and that's the biggest play of the football game so far, I think, in my opinion.
And Alex, it looked like to me that W&J kind of quick snapped the football. Wanted to catch Carnegie Mellon off guard a little bit. Not the case. CMU takes over at the 20. First down for Ben Mills. Ball to near side hash. Mills hands it off. Vasiliadis follows his blocks, is brought down by Avery Keith after just a short pickup. 2 yards to the 22.
And Austin, I just want to talk about the passing yards from Carnegie Mellon, who basically had none in the first half. And since then, they're averaging 17.5 yards a reception. And Ben Mills has been able to find a lot of his playmakers going down the field wide open. And 2 big touchdowns in the second half. Ben Mills is feeling pretty confident right now with his team.
Just over 5 minutes to go. What a game in Washington. Mills lines up in the shotgun, bad snap. Mills has to fall on it. He has it and rolls out to the near side. Delivers deep downfield. Pass is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Carson Laconi. He got a hand on it, tried to deflect it to himself. There's also a flag down in the backfield, 2 flags. And Laconi is slow to get up.
There's just so much happening in these plays that it's kind of hard to keep up right now because you see the flag come out. Ben Mills fumbles the snap immediately, and then Carson Laconi makes a great play on the deflection, but now he's shaking up himself.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard, actually half the distance to the goal. Remains second down. Timeout. Officials for an injury.
Carson Laconi able to make his way over to the W&J sideline. Holding penalty will back up the Tartans. Ball being spotted now at the 12. Mangino, what did you see? Once again, special teams being pivotal in this matchup.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. You think about this, we're talking about 8 points now for W&J. You think about the 2 blocked field goals and that safety they gave up. That's a huge swing in this game right now.
Second and long for Carnegie Mellon. Mills in the shotgun. 2 receivers in a tight end of the far side of the formation. They send McCullough in motion to the near side. 10 on the play clock. Mills pressured by Dietz. Pass is caught by Voiland. Flag comes into the backfield. Voiland trying to break off of a tackle, and a couple of guys are there to make the stop. Avery Keith comes in to make the final tackle after he was wrapped up by Mason Kasprak from his corner spot after coming in for Laconi. It looks like another holding penalty against Carnegie Mellon. Will back it up.
Holding. Offense number 73, half the distance to the goal. Remains second down.
Garrett Doherty, it's the second time he's been called at right guard.
And you're trying to keep your quarterback upright. And so sometimes, especially going against Dawson Dietz, to keep him out of the quarterback's face, you got to give a little tug of the jersey. Getting called again for a holding penalty. And now this looks a lot like what the Presidents had on their safety.
Right.
Backed up in their own territory. Inside the 10. Holdings here are going to be very crucial for points for W&J if you can get one.
Second and considerably long. CMU has to get to the 30-yard line to pick up a first down. Mills in the shotgun with Vasiliadis as the back. 3 receivers to the near side of the formation. Mills hands it off. Vasiliadis with running room to the far side. It collapses in quickly. Vasiliadis makes his way up to the 10-yard line. Only a gain of 4 yards. Before he's met by a plethora of Presidents. Avery Keith was involved in the tackle. Sean Berardino as well.
And Vasiliadis just runs into a wall of WJ defenders. Looks like he had a little bit of space in front of him, but then just gets met by a ton of WJ defenders, including Kai Simmons from his safety spot. Third in a really, really long time. I'm looking for Coach Larson to be a little bit conservative here on this play.
Third down and 20 for CMU. Send DJ Johnson in motion. Empty backfield for Mills. Rolls out to the near side. Mills under pressure and throws it away out of bounds. Reese Kolke was the closest man there, but it sets up fourth down. CMU will have to punt. And it could set up good field position for W&J with 4 minutes to go.
And now you got to worry about a block punt. And now Ben Mills, who hasn't had a lot of punting experience coming in this game, got promoted to the starting punter today. His long's 36. He had a great punt earlier today, but when someone's not your designated punter, it's kind of tough to see if they're going to be consistent. And now they're just going to try and get it away really quickly. Not going to go for depth on the punt, just try and get it away and make sure it's not blocked.
Mills stands on the President's logo. It's a good snap. Mills' kick. There was some pressure, gets it away. It's a high kick and a good one. Anthony Rosati calls for fair catch inside CMU territory at the 48-yard line. Mike Sirianni had gathered the offense on what was second down and long for CMU there to talk about what they want to do on this drive. We'll see how the Presidents operate, still with 2 timeouts remaining. In 2 weeks, Carnegie Mellon is back here on KDKA Plus on the road against the defending PAC champions in Grove City. Grove City undefeated season last year in PAC play, a perfect 10-0. They'll play Allegheny tonight, still undefeated on the season as Carnegie Mellon, Washington, and Jefferson. Case Western, Grove City, all undefeated in the PAC standings so far. Westminster as well, off to a really solid start. Waynesburg picked up its first win of the season this week after the Presidents defeated the Yellow Jackets 55-16 last week. Both teams at 3-0. Who wants to stay undefeated in the PAC and keep their chances alive at a PAC championship? Pugh hands it off. Nothing going for Patrice. He's blown up in the backfield. Evan Roper was the first one there.
I think this first down is massive for the Presidents because not only do you want to score and get points, but also you want to make sure CMU does not have this ball with a lot of time left in order to win this football game. And you know Carnegie Mellon likes to run the football. They haven't thrown a lot of deep passes. They've gotten a couple splash plays from some miscues by the W&J defense, but if CMU has a lot of time and they can run their full offense, that's the danger that you don't want to run into as the Presidents, and this first down is going to be crucial to run down more time if you can't get scored.
W&J gets set with 5 seconds on the play clock, so really starting to bleed out the clock as well, and there's movement before the snap. Looked like everybody but the center moved early there.
I'll start. Offense, number 53, 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Grant Cullen, the center, Central Catholic High School, playing next to Adam Tizera, the Central Catholic High School grad as well, left guard and center coming into the game. Penalty backs up the Presidents to the 41. Second down and 15 for Pugh. Nothing's been going right for W&J offensively as Pugh tries to step up and escape. Pugh delivers downfield, incomplete, looking for Zach Seaman.
Oh!
Third and long coming up for the Presidents, under 3 minutes remaining. And if you're Carnegie
Incomplete
Mellon,
pass, right?
This is the defense that you see in the first couple games. Only give up 2.3 points per game. They've really showed up in the second half.
And it's all come from the linebacker spot. And the Corey brothers have done a great job of getting after Pugh, making him uncomfortable, and making him throw a lot of risky throws. And right now, this is one of the biggest plays if you're Pugh.
Third down and long for W&J. Pugh with time, deep drop back. Pocket begins to collapse in on Pugh. Pugh tries to get away, throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Carnegie Mellon. There's a flag down in the backfield. There's a discussion between the two referees now on if this will be called an interception. Now incomplete. As Thomas
The
Corey
ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Thomas Corey was not able to keep a foot in bounds right near midfield, and W&J has to punt.
And Pugh recognizing the pocket's collapsing.
Penalties declined, fourth down.
Just Corey brothers on both sides getting the Pugh, but also making that interception.
And it looked like the ball came out. Maybe at the end there was a bobble from Thomas Corey. So Robert Corey applies the pressure. Thomas Corey almost intercepts the ball. You can't ask for better genetics for the Corey brothers defensively out here in the second half. They have played terrific. Now Devin Wyant has to punt on fourth down and long. High snap, Wyant's got it, and a good kick away. Not much rotation, and it bounces and doesn't go anywhere inside the 25-yard line, down to the 22. So CMU has 2:33 left to operate. They've scored 19 unanswered points. There are all 3 timeouts remaining for the Tartans, the 15th ranked team in the country. Carnegie Mellon, coming into this game, has won 10 games in a row. PAC champions in 2021, 2022, made the NCAA playoffs last year. This is a critical game to win on both sides. If you want to make the NCAA playoffs, if you want to win the PAC, this is a huge roadblock in your way you have to push through. First down and 10 at the 22-yard line for Ben Mills. An empty backfield. One tight end in the formation to the right. Mills, design quarterback run after some hesitation, and Mills up to the 25, maybe the 26. The pile moves forward. Now, what do you think the approach is going to be for Ryan Larson in the offense on this drive? What could be the final drive for CMU in regulation?
I think Coach Ryan Larson is going to go to the run game one more time before the 2-minute timeout. And then it's all the Ben Mills show from there. And you make sure that there's no time left for W&J. Then try and get a field goal. Just have the ball in your hands at the end of regulation is crucial for this team.
2-minute timeout, 24-24. Carnegie Mellon with the football, looking to drive and score and win it and cement a significant comeback against the Presidents. Or will W&J come back and win it and hold on? Find out coming up next.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
2 minutes to go in regulation, 24-24. Second down at the 25-yard line. Mills in the shotgun, has Vasiliadis as the back. Mills looking near side, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Trying to connect with Kolke. Coverage there from Carson Laconi, who's back in the game after going out a couple of plays ago due to injury.
And
brings up third down.
I love this decision because Kolke's been your best receiver. He's been your best splash play player. And with Carson Laconi out and Mason Kasprak in, it's been the green light for Kolke. And Ben Mills is definitely going to be looking his way a couple times this drive.
Mills in the shotgun on third down. Mills with space. Mills will keep it himself. Mills gets a first down and more. Tiptoes the sideline, and Mills makes his way to the 41-yard line. What a run by Ben Mills to escape. Did not look like that was the design play, but was able to pick up a first down at about 10 yards.
Mills is just keeping his balance away from a 7-yard touchdown, and that was something that looked like the W&J defenders kind of assumed he was going out of bounds and giving himself up, but he just kept running.
Mills with time, pump fake, looks to take a shot for Kolke. He's open, incomplete. Good recovery from Carson Laconi, who is down once again on the play and slow to get back to his feet. Laconi is going to go off to the sideline. The ball was a little bit underthrown by Ben Mills. He had Kolke streaking down the field.
But what a play by Laconi, who came back in after the injury and just rips through the defender's hands. Or I'm sorry, the offender's hands. And I think that's just a great play. You can tell he's banged up. They try to go to him, try to catch him lacking, and then Laconi just comes up big, and now he comes off the field. And once you see this matchup down the bottom of your screen, and that's someone that you're going to have to pay attention to on this play.
Second down and 10 at the 41-yard line for Ben Mills. In the shotgun, W&J bringing the blitz. Pass is incomplete. Overthrown Kolke again. Cannot connect with his star wide receiver today at sophomore 6'4" target, and sets up third down.
And
1:38 left.
And like I said, they just want to keep going to Kolke. They like the matchup. You have a corner that hasn't started all game. Only played 2 plays so far with Laconi injured. And Ben Mills is very close to connecting on that pass. Minute 38, things are kind of tightening up a little bit, 3rd and long. And once again, you don't want to punt this football back to W&J.
Third down and 10 at the 41-yard line. Mills in the shotgun. They hand it off. Vasiliadis. Vasiliadis can't get away. Tackled down by the Presidents. It's Keaton Hall on the stop. Decision time for CMU. If you're CMU, do you elect to punt the ball away, play for overtime? Do you go for it? There's 1:20 left because we know the problems that W&J has had kicking field goals.
And Coach Larson elects to go to the run game, and I think he just really wanted to bleed time. He kind of knew he wasn't going to go for it on 4th down, and he just believes in his defense. And honestly, if you have a defense like CMU does, having W&J have to go the entire length of the field in 45 seconds or less is something that he's willing to bet
Okay,
on.
so if you're W&J, why not call a timeout right now and stop the clock as the kick is away from Mills? Rosati has to give chase to it. He'll let it bounce, and it'll roll out of bounds at the 15. So 46.1 left on the clock.
And Austin, I think the reason why W&J doesn't call that timeout is because they didn't want CMU to think twice and go for it on 4th. And I think they know that that's something that could have really hurt them. They love the ball being in the offensive hands of Pugh. 46 seconds left. Even though they don't have a ton of time, they know that they have a chance to win this football game and not lose it. And I think that was more of the mentality for Coach Sirianni, is to make sure that CMU offense gets off the field, the punt team comes on, and don't give Coach Larson a second to think about it.
Jake Pugh on the field with Jacob Macosko, Owen Patrice in the backfield. Zach Seaman, the 4th wide receiver, with John Peduzzi, Anthony Rosati. Ball at the far side hash. 2 timeouts remaining for the Presidents in regulation. See what Washington and Jefferson dials up. It's a run to Patrice. Patrice running to the near side. Flag comes in, and the Presidents are moving backwards before they can even start the drive.
Really trying to figure out what Coach Sirianni wants to do here. And going to the run game, 49 seconds. But Pugh thinks that the flag here is on
illegal
defense.
hands to face defense, number 93. 15-yard penalty.
How about that? That's
automatic
a huge
first
penalty.
down.
A 15-yard hands to the face penalty called against CMU. That's critical for field position. There's still 40 seconds left. And the 2 timeouts for W&J, where you still could, if you get into a reasonable spot, attempt a field goal. It has not worked well today, but, I mean, if that's the best opportunity for you instead of a Hail Mary, you still would think that those are the better odds.
And now if you're W&J, it's all foot to the gas. And you got to use your offense to the max here, open up the playbook, and just let Pugh do what he does.
Ball to 31. Pugh hands it off. Patrice, 2 hands on the football. Patrice trying to cut back towards the middle, and he gets 3 yards up to the 33, maybe the 34. Presidents are electing for the clock to continue to run down. 20 seconds and counting. Could be the final play of regulation. W&J in no hurry to run a play. Jake Pugh now walking over to the sideline as the final 9 seconds tick off the clock, and we're going to overtime in Washington. 24-24, 19 unanswered points by Carnegie Mellon.
That is the end of regulation.
In the second half. What a classic game in the President's Athletic Conference. Overtime next.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
More than 100 140 community pharmacies have closed since January here in the state of Pennsylvania.
When our local pharmacies started closing, we started asking questions. The answers pointed to a group of middlemen locking pharmacists into what they call predatory contracts. And our investigation leading to big change in Harrisburg.
Governor Josh Shapiro will sign legislation aimed at saving pharmacies from going out of business.
Both sides of the aisle coming together to allow the bill to come to fruition.
KDKA investigates.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group, features the Trinity Hillers taking on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go. JRM Video Productions, winners of a regional Emmy Award for live sporting event.
Mellon, you won the toss. What would you like to do?
We want to go defense first, offense second.
You want defense first? Yeah. Carnegie Mellon won the toss. We'll go defense. Which end of the field we're going to play?
Which field? Play down there. We'll play down there.
We're going to play down on this end. Good luck, gentlemen.
Welcome to overtime in the President's Athletic Conference between Carnegie Mellon and Washington and Jefferson. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangino alongside from Cameron Stadium as Carnegie Mellon won the coin toss and elected to play defense. And W&J elects to play in the left side of the field for overtime. The team that wins the toss has the options of deciding to play defense, deciding to play offense, or what side of the field that they want to play on. And the team that loses the coin toss takes the remaining option. As Washington and Jefferson gets the football from the 25-yard line. The first two overtimes, if it continues, begins at the opponent's 25-yard line unless there's a penalty. The offense can place the ball anywhere between the hash marks. Each team with one timeout in the overtime period as Pugh hands off to Owen Patrice. Patrice loses the football, but Washington and Jefferson's able to fall on it. Raymond Holmes in the right place at the right time to recover the fumble.
Yeah. Officials timeout for an injured player.
And there's an injured player down. It's Caleb Brops for Carnegie Mellon. This is CMU's first overtime game since 2018. We'll take another look as Patrice coughed it up. And it was forced out right there, punching at the football. Robert Corey got a hand on it. First overtime game for CMU since 2018, when they beat Case Western Reserve, who was ranked as the 19th team in the country, 29-23, all the way back on November 10th of 2018. It's the first overtime game for Washington and Jefferson since October 21st of 2017. The irony, it was also homecoming against Westminster. W&J won 34-33. One streak in success in overtime will end today.
And I think it's just interesting how both coaches played those last drives they've had before regulation ended. And just they're playing very passively, not wanting to lose the football game and wanting to pushing it to overtime. And I was really shocked about how Coach Sirianni runs the football in the last couple of plays. And then now you're in overtime.
So Carnegie Mellon has played 16 overtime games in the history of the program. Gone 7-9 in those games. The longest overtime game in Carnegie Mellon history was in 2005, losing in triple overtime against Teal, who was ranked 18th in the country at the time. A lot of rankings on the line in those games. There's a ranking on the line with Carnegie Mellon, 15th in the country. today, and Washington and Jefferson with a victory could catapult into the top 25. 2nd down and 9 for Pugh at the 24-yard line. On the fake, Pugh delivers, pass, incomplete. Looking for Jacob Macosko.
They try to get Macosko out on the flat on a little out route. They try to use Peduzzi as a little bit of a decoy going up the sideline. Good ball by Pugh, but that's just better defense. And Logan Young has been that guy on this defense. On special teams and on defense, just been lights out. And he's the guy that, if they're going to make a play, it's him.
Yeah, a lot better in the second half. After it was a little bit questionable, his play in the first half for CMU, but he's really recovered. Young's done a nice job. And it's 3rd down and 9. Cernuto goes in motion to the far side of the formation for Jake Pugh in the shotgun. Pugh feeling the pressure, delivers the pass. It's caught by Patrice. A lot of work to do. Patrice makes one guy miss. Out of bounds at the 20, maybe the 19. And decision time for W&J. Do you go for it on 4th down and 4 or kick the field goal?
And with all the unlucky things that have happened on special teams today, and Coach Sirianni just putting his faith in his kicker once again. Devin Wyatt, another chance to put some more points on the board.
Devin Wyatt will attempt a 36-yard field goal to give Washington and Jefferson the lead. It's CMU ball next. Need to get some points. Wyatt's kick is up. Wyatt's kick looks good. It's good. Devin Wyatt, what a response. After 2 blocks by Carnegie Mellon, the 3rd time was a charm.
It's the 2 block field goals, the safety on the punt. Devin Wyatt has not had a good game by any stretch of imagination.
And he kicked that one on the laces.
And that the confidence that your coach has in you goes a long way. And Coach Sirianni puts his faith in his kicker, takes the offense off the field. And now it's all on your defense, who your defense has been your anchor today. And Dawson Dietz, Avery Keith have a chance to seal this football game.
Shout out to Mark Fisher, the Director of Athletic Communications at Carnegie Mellon, as well as Shea Stanton, the SID at Washington and Jefferson, for helping to provide the overtime notes and nuggets. As CMU has the football, a touchdown wins it. A field goal continues this game into a 2nd overtime. And the crowd starts to come alive at W&J. Ben Mills in the shotgun. Vasiliadis is the back. Send a man in motion, Danny Moynihan, the tight end. Mills steps up. Mills delivers, pass caught. Bauma dropped at the 20. It's Matt Everett, rather, on the reception. And he's able to get about 6 yards.
Ben Mills does a good job of not forcing anything, stepping up in the pocket. This is just great blocking by the CMU offensive line. Able to get Everett out and get an easy completion, so have an easier 2nd down for the Tartans.
2nd down and 5 to go. The game clock does not matter. There's no time on the clock. It's just the play clock. The only thing that is set to expire currently at 10. Mills rolls out far side, has a blocker in front of him, has a wide open man in the end zone, caught, touchdown, Carnegie Mellon! The hat trick for Reese Kolke, and Carnegie Mellon walks off Washington and Jefferson in a stunner.
And
That's the end of the overtime period.
Just does everything for this team, and this play, if you watch it back, is just phenomenal. And I want to take another look at this because this is the play of the game, and it's made by the player of the game. Absolutely stunning this team, this homecoming crowd. And Kolke's just been your guy. And what he does here is he's going to go out, and then he's going to fake and come right back up. Ben Mills recognized that. If you play it, you're going to see Kolke just get lost in the shuffle. Ben Mills delivers a great football, back shoulder, ball game.
Carnegie Mellon scores 25 unanswered points in the 2nd half and overtime to stun Washington and Jefferson. I can't believe what we just saw. What a game.
This game has done everything and lived up to the hype that it was mentioned. Pac championship game basically in week 4, goes to overtime. And Kolke, who's just been the unsung hero today and has 3 major receptions and averaging over 20 yards a reception is amazing for this young man.
In the final matchup in the PAC, as Carnegie Mellon departs going into next season, 30-27, the Tartans pull off the stunner of the year in the biggest game of the year so far in week 4 of the PAC schedule in Washington and Jefferson. After having a huge lead, 24-5 at halftime. just could not hold on. And we talked about how the second half was an issue for W&J at points in time last year and also in some of these bigger games. And Alex, that's what we saw in this game. W&J could not hold on, and really until overtime when that field goal, could not score any points.
And like the biggest key to the matchup was special teams, and you saw on full display, and CMU took every advantage that they possibly had.
Ryan Larson is standing by with Robert Mangino. What a game by CMU.
Coach, remarkable. Going in at halftime, nothing was going your way. What did you tell these guys? What adjustments did you make?
I didn't say anything to the team. They did it themselves. Talked to the offense, said the things that we needed to do to be better on offense. Let the defensive coach decide the defense. Team handled the team. Great teams, players lead. And they did it.
At the beginning of the game, you said it's about what's happening at the line. Coming out of halftime, Ben Mills didn't have a good game, but you said it was a whole lot more about what was happening in front of him. Yeah. They gave him the time, and he was able to hit 3 really big touchdown pass plays.
Yeah. Offensive success is everyone together, and give a ton of credit to the whole offensive unit. Defense played really, really hard. Special teams, man. I don't think anyone's going to talk about special teams, but the special teams in that second half and how it changed the field position really made a huge difference in the game. Just proud of all of our guys. I know, Ben and Reese, catching all those touchdowns, but that takes everybody. Everyone's got to do that together for that to happen, and I couldn't be more proud of our guys right now. Holy moly.
Yeah, they played absolutely fantastic. They had every reason to give up and say, you know what, this isn't going our way. It's not our day.
That's not us. No, we talk all the time about unrelenting effort and everything that we do. Doesn't matter what the score is. It's something we can always control. And then energy on our sideline. We talk about that too. And those two things were very evident in the second half. Our effort and energy never went down. And that's a really good team. I mean, I want to say something, man. W&J, that's a really, really, really good team that's going to win a lot of games. And they're challenging to play. And that was a great football game by both sides. That was a great football game.
It sure was. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Austin.
Thank you, Mangino. Standing by with our players of the game, Reese Kolke, Ben Mills. What a performance by the two of them. Mills, a response in the second half, goes 13 of 24, 3 touchdowns, 218 yards through the air, avoided 3 sacks, was able to get past that in the interception. Kolke, 5 catches, 162 yards. He averaged 32 yards per reception and 3 touchdowns, including the game winner. They're standing by with Mangino.
Thank you very much, Austin. You guys were fantastic in the second half. What happened at halftime that you guys were able to turn things around, Ben?
I mean, we just kept trusting the process. I mean, we're a family, and we knew, look, offense didn't have a great half, but defense, we needed them to step up, and if they stepped up, we knew we were going to be able to step up and finish this thing out, and we did. Tough-fought game. I mean, W&J played great. Gave us one heck of a run for our money, but just trusting in the guys, trusting the game plan, keep it rolling. And I mean, this guy just stepped up big whole game, so especially in the second half, it was awesome.
3 big pass plays, especially the first 2 to Reese. What did you see in the defense that made you believe you had this opportunity?
Yeah, so they were running a lot of cover 2. The safety was just floating over top of our outside because they know, scouted well. We love to throw the outside guy a lot and just opened up the slot guys like Reese a lot, especially in the start until they adjusted. So, yeah.
Congratulations on the victory. Way to turn it on in the second half.
Thank you.
Reese, congratulations. 3 big scores, the game winner. You've got to be over the moon at this point.
Yeah, it feels amazing. First, 3 touchdowns in one game, can't get much better. Makes it easy when he's just feeding it right in the breadbasket. It feels great. It feels awesome, especially in overtime.
Let's go back and take a look at those 2 first touchdowns that you had. What did you see? What kind of communication was going back and forth between you and Ben that, we can hit this?
Well, we just saw that the safeties were kind of cheating over into the numbers, and on that first play, that hash was just wide open. I was like, just need a dead sprint and go. Just keep on going. And then the second one, saw the safeties again were kind of cheating over to the boundary, so you hit them right in the middle. That's exactly what we did.
And then the touchdown to win the game, not the same play again. Talk us through that one.
No, that was a newly installed play, a little out and up, just wide open. It was awesome. Right as they went into man coverage, saw it. I knew it was going to be there. So it's awesome. Great feeling.
Congratulations to you both. Walk-off win here at Cameron Stadium. Austin, Alex, this was a game for the ages. It didn't look that way at halftime, but boy, it sure finished that way.
Mangino, it's a game that we will remember for a long time as Carnegie Mellon wins it 30-27 in overtime against Washington in Jefferson. Up next for Carnegie Mellon is a game against Waynesburg back at home at 7 o'clock, followed by road games at Grove City and St. Vincent. The Presidents will play at Westminster, followed by 3 home games in a row, Geneva, Grove City, and Bethany, before going on the road to close out the regular season against Case Western Reserve and Allegheny. For our entire JRM video production crew, including Jake Mislivchik and Ryan Milan, our Emmy-winning crew at JRM, and for Robert Mangino and Alex Tarrant, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from a classic game at Cameron Stadium in Washington, Pennsylvania. 30-27. Carnegie Mellon scores 25 unanswered points, and the 15th ranked team in the country holds on, comes back, and wins it in stunning fashion against the Presidents. On homecoming weekend, it was Carnegie Mellon stealing the thunder and staying alive in the PAC, remaining undefeated 30-27 in OT. Thanks for watching from Washington.